Welcome, lovely people. Today I am playing on my PlayStation. We are on the EU server because the springtime event for 2026 has dropped. So we are going to play through it together, have a look at what we can get from the vendor. Unfortunately, I did have a quick look. I'll show you guys here what I looked at. In the event tab, ready to work out how much I was going to need for a buyout. And for some reason, they have not given us the buyout. So I don't know if that's intentional or if that's an accident, because I would think they'd want to earn money. And as far as I can recall from the videos that I watched from various YouTubers who did cover the springtime event coming through, who are from the Creator League, they said there would be a buyout. But I could be remembering wrong. It could be for the St. Patrick's Day that I was thinking this. So I could be mistaken. Bear with me a moment. Please do let me know in the chat with some yeses if you can indeed hear me, so that, you know, we at least know that part of this is working, because apparently the buyout isn't happening. So I will have to do that later on. Probably, I would imagine they'll notice it during the EU. When they do the US reset, hopefully it comes up on US, if it is indeed a mistake. Saving all my settings on my computer, so bear with me just a moment. And I'll just make sure that the chat comes up okay. So let's see. And then I'll jump it over, well, not jump, literally jump. I don't need to literally jump. If I did that, I am like attached to my PlayStation by a cable. That's probably not a smart move, but I will head over to my phone so that I can see the chat through there, as long as the chat activated. Because we have done a live stream before where it didn't come up with the chat because it was like setting it like it was for children. I don't know. Oh, please tell me that's not what's happening right now. I can't see a chat on my screen. Doesn't mean there isn't one. Oh, okay. It just took forever to load. I see it. Abby Sue! Hello, Abby Sue! And hello, my mum. Guys, can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. All messages in the chat need to come up. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like all my settings on my computer are fine. I'll go over to my phone now, sit down, and we can run through the content. It's going to be much shorter than I was expecting, though, because I was going to do a buyout. We will also have a brief look at the Imp Mart, which I assume has also dropped, but I didn't check, because I did want to do this as soon as I possibly could. So if there is the Imp Mart in here, I will do that in a separate video. Excellent. Imp Mart. Look, I saved up the dollars, so I would be able to buy some so that we can showcase. But I will do that separately. Man, there's a lot, isn't there? Oh, okay, I'll have to go through them all and do that separately. But we'll do the springtime event now. We'll see how we go. And then I'll have to wait and do the buyout later so that we can have a look at Swamp Thing Ally, because that's a little bit upsetting. That's one of the things I like to do, is so that you guys can see it beforehand, decide whether it's worth it for you. But if they're going to have to fix it for us to buy out later, you'll be able to look for yourselves. I mean, if you bought out, I will admit. If you don't buy out, then obviously you won't be able to find out. Why is it not coming up on my phone? It's like it's got an attitude problem with me. My phone wasn't in... I just want a nap. It's been napping all day, though. I've had a very busy day that didn't involve my phone, so... Actually, it's not quite true. My brother and his fiancée and my sister all came to visit today, which kind of just ended up correlating by mistake, not intentional, which was lovely. And I did like scroll through my phone quite a bit trying to find mugs for my family, because I recently bought one for my brother and his fiancée at our house so they could come over and have mugs with their names on them, which I thought was cute. And now everyone wants them. So I was looking at those. I also want one. Okay, the chat has finally come up on my phone. Took long enough. Hello, Abby Sue. Hello, David. It is lovely to see you both. And hello, Nick, down the bottom there too. Thank you for the hellos. I'm assuming you can hear me. Yes, David did a yes. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a yes. You guys can hear me. All right. So because I did hop in a little bit before this, the pop-up for the screen has clearly gone through and we can't see it. So we will go over to the event tab, which I think reads the same. But if not, my mum did a lovely thing and took a picture for me so that I can read it from here if I need to. Yeah, I will read the one that comes up as a pop-up from my phone, and then we will read the one that is also on the screen. So the pop-up will say when you guys log in, this week in DC Universe Online, the new event Springtime 2026. Poison Ivy is back to wreak havoc on the people of Gotham City. Complete the Springtime 2026 event to unlock Swamp Thing as an ally for all the characters on your account. It also says we have a marketplace sale. This week, enjoy the following discounts in the marketplace. We have 30% off everything in the Imp Mart. You better believe I'm going to be grabbing it at that price. 20% off Ally Legion tributes, and we have a limited offer of 50% off 1,000 Ally Legion tributes, limit 1 per account. So that's that one we have seen previously where they only allow us to do it one time on the account. I mean, it's a good price compared to what we normally pay for it. So if you are in need of Ally Legion Tribute... Oh, wait, that is not the same. Ally Legion Tribute is different from what we had last time. Last time it was replay badges that were on discount. So that's kind of cool that they've swapped it over to something else. Those are quite enticing, I must admit. 50% off something like that and once per account, I understand why it's once. I buy those. I totally do. So this time it is Ally Legion Tribute. So if you are someone who's looking to unlock your ally across multiple of your characters, then that is one for you. So I mean, it's going to be just a little bit handy for most of us, I think, if we are looking to do that with our allies. And honestly, I'm probably going to try and do it if I can. But this game is getting a little bit on the costly side, you know. My mum's having a dance party without me. No! I will say I had a brief look at the vendor. I didn't look at any items. I just had a look at the list so that I could work out how much currency I would need for it. So I did grab the currency from the marketplace beforehand just to make it a little bit faster for us when we do get up to that point. I've got 450 in there. If you want to get every single item from the 2026 stock of items at the vendor, guys, you need almost 1,000 currency while the discount is on, because the Envirotech pieces that they have are insane. Just insane. There's so many of them. We won't buy all of them because that's going to be nuts. We'll buy enough to have a look at how they function and what they do. All right. David said, I can be on in a couple of minutes. That's excellent. Are you on your EU server? If you want to come, you are welcome. My mum and I... Oh, pardon me. My mum and I, this is her first time doing this. We're going to run over and I'm going to collect my missions, and then we're going to warp to Gotham, do the open world Gotham mission, and we're going to do the load in as well, which is not very much. I was actually kind of hoping we would be receiving an extra load in here just because of how pricey everything is at the vendor at the moment. But I will say with 20 days of progression and a full month in which we can play it, we're probably going to be able to get enough currency to get what we want. Especially if you're playing on multiple tunes, which I will be doing because this is one of my absolute favorite events, mostly for the vendor. So let's read through what's written on this screen as well. And I don't know why there's no buyout. It says we've got 27 days left. So it's going from April the 7th, today, and March 5th until can't even read, to May 5th. Also, I just realized for some of you it's the 6th. For me in Australia, it is April 7th. It says Springtime 2026. Engage with nature in the Springtime event. Poison Ivy is back to wreak havoc on the people of Gotham City. Play it daily to earn event progress and unlock limited time rewards. Now, one thing it doesn't say is that we can do the buyout. Do you guys notice this? Normally there's a little bit of text that follows this that says something about being able to buy it out. In fact, it should be on the Joker Mayhem screen, I believe. Let's go across to that one. I'm wrong. I take it back. Normally there's a bit of text somewhere. Where am I normally reading that text? It's probably from the Creators League that I'm thinking of. I'm so sorry, guys. I am mistaken. Otherwise, it would be written here for the buyout. So I'm hoping this is a mistake and that I can buy it out for you guys and showcase it, but we'll have a look at the rewards regardless. And if that does happen, I will come back. We'll come back on another stream. When? I don't know, because I don't know when it'll happen. And we will look at them. I particularly really want to look at the ally. But the rewards are going to be a Mogo Sprout supply box of 20. Oh, David, hello! Hang on, let me finish reading through them. Apparently it took me all the way out of the menu when I was on these. A skill point token, that's pretty normal. And then we've got a ally swamp thing. Now, I think there's a little bit of a glitch here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's got level 4 ally swamp thing, so we know that he's leveled up to level 4. But on here it says rank 4. What does that mean? For a skill point token, is that not confusing? Maybe they messed it up and the rank is supposed to be 4 on this one? I don't know. But if you are someone who is interested in getting Swamp Thing, it's another ally that is fully leveled to level 4. I say fully leveled. Leveled to level 4. I need to slow down. I'm too excited. It's the spring event, guys. It's leveled to level 4. So if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of ally stacking going on your other characters, and you only have, for example, the Freeze ally and the Superboy ally, both of which came to us at level 4 and 5 respectively, this could be your third one that you add to your characters because it will be redeemable on all of your characters on your account, which means that you would have 2 level 4s, 1 level 5, and you could fill all of the slots with these, even if they're not the most useful. If you're not leveling up your allies on other characters, at least they will have high higher damage output potential, or some of their abilities will be more useful than ones we have that are currently at 0. You won't have to put effort into leveling them for them to be at least mildly useful, which is nice. Oh, you guys are so sweet in the chat. Everyone's being so kind to my mum. Abby Sue said, my ally thingy is at max numbers. Your ally thingy is at max numbers. What does that mean? You fully leveled your ally? Oh, you've maxed out your ally favor. Is that what you mean? Yeah, that sucks. You need to try and spend it as quick as you can. And the problem now, too, is that when you do try to level up your allies, you can't just spend the ally favor and wait until you have catalysts. You need both at the same time to be able to pay it into an ally. I actually really hate that change, because the cap that we have was something that we could kind of circumvent a little bit by putting all of that ally favor into allies, even if we didn't have the catalysts to break through on them. They've decreased, at least as far as I can tell. They have decreased the catalysts that we receive as drops in the game, and it seems to be so less frequent, which means we can't break through on our allies, and also we're still receiving ally favor even though it has been decreased. There's a max, and you can't pay it into your allies until you have the catalysts to break through. Oh, I apologize. Are they called allegiance? Whatever the things are that we use for allies to break through that is the same as catalysts. So I hate that. I really do. Let's invite you into our lovely group. I'm curious to see if we have any issue, David, in queuing up for the alert, because there is a hero and a villain version. But I mean, whenever we queue up for it, even when we're not cross-faction, we end up with villains and heroes and things like that based on, you know, whoever we get matched with. So that could potentially happen. Also, I just have to, I know I say it every time I see your Killer Frost, but you just look fantastic. Really nice. I'm going to be copying this style on my Killer Frost, who is on Xbox. All right, let's have a look and see if we have a notification in the journal for spring. We do. If I select it, will I get text? Hang on, do this. No! Oh, usually you select them and you get like an audio that plays. And then we'll warp to Gotham, get the open world done. Hello, Swamp Thing, how are you?
Greetings. I am Swamp Thing.
No.
And I represent the green, growing things
Faces
of
me
this
when I
planet.
move.
It is spring, the time for all living things to grow. Poison Ivy seeks to disrupt the balance. She must be stopped.
I agree. And so does my mum. David probably doesn't agree, but he's with us anyway. Because his Killer Frost is a villain. It makes sense. Alright, so the next step for people who have not played this before is you're going to want to warp to Gotham. You can see on my right hand side there it says go to Gotham to continue your mission. So that is where we are going to head. Let's do that. Gotham, beautiful. Don't accidentally warp to the wrong location. I'm really pleased to see they haven't given us some weird teleporter that takes us to a weird location in Gotham that's not really relevant or is far away from where you can find a lot of these that we're going to get done. So it's nice. That's at least nice. Oh, David, I just realized if you come with us, yours will not function over here. You'll have to do the villain version. Ah, have you done it already, David? I don't know. David said I can switch to hero if need be as well. Excellent. It's up to you. Do you want to run your villain while we run our heroes? Or do you want to swap to a hero and then we do the alert together? I don't care either way, whichever way you want to go. But one thing I will do is I'll see if there's multiple phases. There's only one, unless you count PvP. So my mum and I will run this side unless David wants to swap to a hero and join us. I'll just wait to see if he does. He said I'd prefer to run the alert with you. That part we can do as heroes and villains together potentially. But when we're doing this section out in the open world, we can't do that together because our missions are different. So we're trying to foil Poison Ivy and you're trying to help Poison Ivy with your character. So I don't mind either way. Oh, it looks like he's swapping. Yep, you're swapping. I can see your character has gone grey. I assume that means you left Gotham. We'll wait here for you, David, so we can do it as a team. Our damage output when we're doing the dailies out here, or daily out here, is not very high. That's pretty standard when it comes to doing the open world mission, though, I must admit. But, you know, it's fine. As a group, we get it done faster regardless. Oh, Hyper Time. I see you. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we'll just wait till David can join us. Invisimum, isn't it? I think it's so funny how my mum is like bright and white and cute and little, and my character is like dark and purpley and not really that very cute, not very little either. We're like the opposite of each other. It kind of matches us in real life a little bit too, because my mum is quite tiny. Excellent. So, just for anyone who has just joined, just letting you know what's happening. We won't be able to do the buyout that I normally do, just because there's no option for it. So there's nothing here that I can press to buy out these rewards, unfortunately. Hopefully it's a glitch or an issue and it will be fixed up. If it does get fixed up, I will do another live stream where we will grab the rewards and we'll have a look at Swamp Thing. Though I do suspect that some of the other YouTubers who create content, especially Creator League people, they may get to it before me if they're quick, because tomorrow I do have like a very long day, but I will still stream it regardless. So today in this stream, we will just be running the content and then purchasing everything from the vendor from 2026 and going and looking at all of that in my base if they are base pieces, and on my character if they are style items. So yeah, that is what we're doing. So let's go and run this. Now, I follow the same path every time. You guys are probably used to seeing it now. We've done Christmas for 2 years, we've done Valentine's for 2 years, and we have done spring for 2 years. So we follow the same path every time. It does seem to be the one that the majority of people do follow, just because everyone warps to the same location when they warp directly to Gotham. So it does make it easy.
What the? I guess
we're so fast when we're a group of 3, aren't we? None there. Okay, this one here, guys. This one we can attack. You're going down! We've got to help the little man's mum! That's the part my mum will probably like, is picking people up. She's not big on the attacking. Though I will say, she does seem to be getting used to doing some attacking, even though she hates it. Beautiful. Oh, it looks like David's gone to a different one, so we're collecting from multiple at the same time. That's beautiful. That will work as long as you guys stay within a particular range of each other. Usually the range, I kind of gauge it based on whether or not I can see my team on the minimap. If I can see you on the minimap, it's pretty safe bet that we're going to be able to get the same rewards from whatever we're running. But there is slightly larger range than that, but I just don't know what it is, because once you're off my minimap, I've got no idea how far away my teammates are from me, you know? And they have no idea how far I am from them either, so it makes it fun. But if you do have people you can run through this together with, that works lovely because it's quite a bit faster. I do think it's quite funny when we're running this and other people will like rush and try to be the first ones to get to these and then get annoyed with other people when they join in, and I just think, guys, if you all did it, you all get the rewards from it. So I think that's quite a funny one. So just keep in mind, if you are doing this out in open world Gotham and you're not grouped with people, but you're all heroes doing the same one, everybody benefits, guys. Everyone's going to get the progression. As long as you get one hit on the enemy and you're in range when it goes down, you should be fine. But yeah, it's interesting when I see people trying to race for it against each other, particularly because I do move quite fast. See, so this one, we should get the progression. I'll do one so you guys can see. Oh, we'll get rid of him as well, so it helps this little guy out.
What happened? Was I in a plant?
Yay! Oh, we're helping the citizen! What a nice person! We're gonna not help this citizen. He's a bad dude. Can't help myself on my way past, you know?
Away for this, you costume thug.
Alright. Oh, apparently I need to complete some heroic acts anyway. Alright, here's another one, guys. Oh, we haven't got everyone in range. Nope, everyone's in range. Oh! You're so fast, my dude! He's fire as well, I think. The correct choice. Is my team here? Yep, I see you both. Here we go. He's on it. Now, guys, let me know if this has counted for you, because right now I think you guys are outside of my mini-map. See how they're slightly off the edge? It may not count for them.
What the? I guess I should thank you.
Did it count for you guys? We're on 21 out of 24. I think the other guy might be done, so hopefully this one counts for us all. If you are a villain, you will spawn in the other location for Gotham, which is just across the lava section. Oh, David's got 18. It did not count. He wasn't close enough. Okay. I'm so sorry. I didn't know whether you were close enough or not. But I figured if you're close enough, I'll grab it. There we go. So mine is complete, but your guys probably isn't, so we'll go around again. Let me know when you guys are done. My mum has 19, and David has 18, or maybe 19 now. But I'll wait till they follow. Okay, one normally spawns here, but we don't have one. We'll go along. One normally spawns here as well. And we'll head back around in the circle. Oh, here we go. Now, you definitely don't have to follow this circle that I'm doing. It's just what I normally follow. If I have issues and can't find any respawning along this path, there's also a path down the middle of the big circle that I do that you can follow too. That will work.
The interest is gonna double.
Look how... Well, you got 3 people. It's fantastic. Oh, he beat me to it.
Worst allergy attack.
Beautiful. Next one. Now, obviously, because it's not on my screen, or it isn't a mission that I'm completing, I can't tell when they're done. So if you guys let me know, that would be good. Oh, David said he's done. Mum, are you done too? If everyone is done, then we can head back. I think we have to return to Swamp Thing, so we'll walk back to the House of Legends and collect.
You showed up.
Are you done? Oh, so when I used to play with my best friend and we did not have audio on, we would do this to tell each other we were done. Oh yeah, my mum is done. Excellent. Let's walk back to the House of Legends and collect. Now, I don't know if this will happen, guys, because it's a while since I've had this glitch occur, but there is an order in which you're meant to do the narrative. You're meant to do it the way that you're instructed by Swamp Thing or by Poison Ivy, which means open world first, collect, then do the load-in. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to glitch if you don't do that, but I've had it happen a very long time ago in the past, where when I have done that, it's ended up being an issue because once I did the load-in first and then went to open world, I didn't get my currency from the load-in, so I'd have to do it again. So I do load-in, then open world, then load-in, and the load-in gave me the currency only on the second time. So I would recommend you try to do it in the right order just in case that glitch does come up again, but I'm hoping that it's gone. You know, it will be much better if it's gone. Abby Sue said, I wonder if original Swamp is as lonely as the rest of the heroes and villains in the Watchtower and the Hall of Doom in each event. I don't know. Do you mean Swamp Thing, if he is? I don't know. Let's queue up for the alert. So you guys probably saw as I was rambling away that I did get my progression over here on the left. That means we're going to queue up for the alert. So let's do that. And if you guys can hear that door being like... It's a very noisy door. It apparently, whenever it gets hot or cold, it warps according to the heat and the cold, so it doesn't fit in the frame properly. Some of the work in this house seems to have been done by not very professional people, so that's just my daughter walking in and out. It's just a little bit noisy. I don't know if my microphone will pick it up though, because my microphone for the PlayStation is pretty good at keeping the sound right near my face, so only what I say here really gets picked up. You guys usually can't hear my cat when he meows, or when something happens out the front of the house either. He looks so cool, look at that! His spikes are great.
Something happened. I think he's been affected by Poison Ivy's toxin.
Oh,
We've
no.
got an antigen, but we need you to place the dispensers around the area.
This is the first time my mum is playing this too, so she'll have to watch and see. Mum, there's things that you'll have to activate on either side.
Just keep my crew safe so they can do their
I mean,
job.
you don't have... I mean,
Once
you get
he's
through it
neutralized,
faster
we
if you
can
do.
administer liquid form antigen directly into his system. Good luck.
Is he wearing Merciless? He's wearing part of Merciless
Power
style, I
of the
think. He
green
looks so
now
cool.
serves Poison Ivy. You will become fertilizer for her children.
What's wrong with you, Swamp Thing? No! Alright, we've got to put all of these little things out in the right locations. So, if you guys pick them up and take them over to the location it indicates on your minimap, or you follow the arrow, or you look for the big circly thing, that like this circly thing, and put them all in place. Then throughout the battle there will be times where an Envirotech agent will head over to them, and you will be required to help him to activate them so that a gross green mist goes everywhere and affects Swamp Thing so that he can be rescued from being mind controlled by Ivy. You do this exact same mission if you are a villain. However, the narrative changes and you're attacking Swamp Thing because of Ivy's, I don't know, desire to rule everything. So you can see this little technician needs a hand so that he can activate it, so we will do that.
Deploying fuse.
And we will do the one on the other side if I can get over there. Oh no, he's on it, he's on it. Beautiful.
I'm going to get this dispenser up and going.
Now let's see, I don't know how effective this will be, but we're going to give it a shot while he's got his defenses down. Now, usually when I go into this load-in, I take one side and someone else just automatically, I don't know if it's out of habit, takes the other side. So it doesn't look like that's happening now, but usually that's what happens. I don't know if that happens to everybody else, but most of the time that's what I find happens. I'm gonna just empty my belt, might as well. Can't use it for anything else after this alert. There's nothing else to play. I'm a little sad. I do wish there was more to play because I enjoy the spring event quite a lot. And honestly, on PlayStation, because I started on Switch and on Xbox, I haven't got everything that I need. So I have to get all of the older stuff from the vendor, which means I have to play a heck of a lot to be able to get enough currency to do that. And I've only got 1 week of the sale, which means most likely I'm going to be paying an insane price for the rest if I choose to get it during 2026, which I may not. I may grab what I need to showcase for you guys, but then save up all the rest of the currency that I get so that next year I can do it for the sale, because I purchase currency to be able to showcase the vendor items for you guys. I don't want to do that for all of the other stuff that I get, and if I can get a discount, that would be handy, so I may wait. But today we'll grab everything from 2026. That was beautiful! So fast, guys. Beautiful job. Yay! Alright, we will head out. Oh, the giving tree is in here. I don't know if I've noticed that before. Now, that's all there is to play. It seems really, really quick, especially after we did Mixie. That was really long when they added the alert in, and I quite liked it. You didn't have to do everything to get the daily progression that you need for the event, but it was relatively fun to do. It was alright. We're going to purchase the items now. So we don't need to be in a group for this necessarily, guys. So if you do need to leave group, go for it. But let's go through all the items. We'll buy them, we'll try them, and then see what you guys think is worth it for you. So we have the Green Guardian mask, which is, I mean, it's not going to look good on my character, but it's going to look great on anyone who is doing Swamp Thing. So we'll grab that. We've got the Green Guardian shoulder guard. We'll grab that, and the Green Guardian braces. We also, this year, have 2 base invitations, Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy. So we'll grab both of those 2 and see what they say. I kind of get excited about going ahead and going to listen to what they say, because sometimes it's funny. We're going to grab every single 7-cost piece of furniture in here, which I believe there is 10. So we're grabbing the Hazmat Suit Station. We're grabbing the Hazmat Suit Station that says Envirotech. I believe it is with and without an Envirotech member inside of it. We're getting the Envirotech sign and the Envirotech Gotham sign. Now, then there's these pieces. Rock Cliff, I haven't looked. I want to look at them with you guys once we take them inside my base. There's 3 of them. It's going to be fun to see. We also have 3 that say Mossy. So I want to look at these. Even when the Creator League was showcasing items, I didn't see these. So I'm very curious what they are. Now, this is the annoying part. We have hazmat officers all here, and we can preview them, because I was looking at this like, what is the difference? Every single one of them in here looks identical, but you can see that they're an invitation symbol on the left-hand side, and there's options for stationary and patrolling. So I think I have enough there for 4. We're going to grab probably these 2 without a weapon, the stationary and the patrolling, and then we'll grab 2 with a weapon, one that is patrolling and one that isn't. We've also got biologist. Hang on. Maybe we should grab a biologist. We've got supervisor too. Guys, I don't know if I have enough for all of that. We know what the supervisor looks like, because if you have the henchmen, these guys here, the dude with a shovel is the one that hits the hardest out of the 3 Envirotech henchmen that you can summon. So that one is very familiar to me. Biologist and officer, do they look different? Green and yellow. It's green and yellow. That's the difference. Okay, good to know. This dude's supervisor is big and green. Huge. Okay. We're going to have to grab one of every type. So let's grab one that's just standing stationary. Where is he? This guy here. We're going to grab Hazmat Officer stationary. We're going to grab a patrolling. Let's do patrolling with a bow, maybe. Thank you. Oh, we have space for 1 more. So I'm going to grab one of the big dudes. These. Patrolling with a shovel. That's kind of funny, right? Just a little bit funny. I do also want to grab a biologist, so let me just grab another section of currency. We'll grab a biologist as well, so we've got 1 of each type. Thank goodness I saved up for this. I'm hoping I have enough for buyout and for the Impomart. We'll see how we go. Yeah, okay, we're good. Let's grab one more. And then let's go put them in my base and have a look. Now, I assume patrolling are going to be walking around my base. That just makes logical sense to me. What did we grab? We have a bow and we have a shovel. Maybe a pistol? Patrolling with a pistol? Let's do that. Okay, that is every style piece and furniture piece from 2026. Now, for anyone who has not received elite henchmen, so if you don't have the Oan henchman and you don't have the zombie henchman, this is the only other elite henchman that you can currently get. It's called Elite Backup Device Envirotech. This will summon 3 different Envirotech dudes with you that look very, very similar to this. And they will come out and assist you. They are grounded, so they grounded is the wrong word. They move on the ground. They don't fly. And one of them is quite a heavy hitter with his like big shovel. I mean, if you don't have any elite henchmen, these are probably a good one to go for. And also, if you do have elite henchmen, but you plan on using the swamp thing ally, then you probably want to have these as well, because they do help each other if you have them both. I think it's if they're both summoned. So let me just read him. Springtime, here he is. It won't let me scroll. Darn it, it's doing it again. I can't scroll. Hang on. I actually have a screenshot of the information on my phone. Bear with me a second. Because, yeah, this is clearly glitching in the menu. We have no buyout and we have no scrolling. That's just fantastic, DC. Hopefully it gets fixed. Alright, here, Swamp Thing. Okay, as an added bonus, Swamp Thing can be summoned alongside Envirotech henchmen to activate a special synergy granting both a boost to their defense and damage output. Keep fighting side by side to make the most of this power duo. So, if you do want to use Swamp Thing and you think it's going to be worth it for you to try it with the Envirotech henchmen, I would recommend giving that a try. If you are someone who doesn't have any elite henchmen, if you can wrangle it and you have enough currency to do so, I know it's an expensive piece. It's 100 normally, it's 75 with the discount. I would recommend you grab these guys because you are not dependent on your generator to be able to activate them. They don't look nice, but they do function well enough. And if you do have Swamp Thing ally as something you're going to use, hopefully they hit even harder and have better defense than they did previously. And hopefully so does Swamp Thing. Alright, let's go to my showcase base. So I'm very sorry, guys, you can't follow me there. But it has the best lighting. So we'll put the style pieces on and have a look at those. Make my character look like a very weird Swamp Thing. And then we'll have a look at the furniture pieces as well and see if these guys are actually going to walk around my base. I am wondering if they have a specific path they have to follow, if they're going to kind of be like Ambush Bug and run around wherever they like. I don't know. Or follow my character a little bit. We're going to turn off the UI. Here we go. And we're going to put on the 3 style pieces. So we have Green Guardian mask, shoulder, and brace. So let's put all of those on. Thank you. Oh, and we get a feat completion. Lovely. All right, Green Guardian, where are you? I do know how the alphabet works, I promise. Green Guardian mask, we definitely need to take the chroma off, and we're definitely going to need some color adjustments. So let's do what I normally do and make some brighter colors so we can see where all the swatching falls. I will apologize because it's probably going to be a very bizarre combination of colors, but at least you will know where everything is going to land. Oh, that's interesting. So you can see that his eyes are a single swatch in there. All right, let's do the shoulders and the braces as well, and then remove anything that might be obscuring the view, because I definitely have bits and pieces on my character, like the aura. That's definitely going to make it harder to see what it's meant to look like. Green Guardian, red, white, green. Oh, it would help if I removed the chroma, guys. Red, white, green, and then the other was braces. Red, white, green. Remove that, and then find it. Where is it? Green Guardian. It's too far! No, I found it. Okay, there we go. Okay, why the white doesn't look very white? I don't know. Let's take off my aura, remove anything that might obscure our view. Get rid of that. The back piece maybe is kind of in the way. The belt is kind of distracting. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. So we have these swatches as green and white, red, green, white. I'm a little confused. Is it only going to take one swatch? Okay, let's test something here. Because if we turn them all to red, we'll know whether or not it's not taking colors. Where are we? Hands as well? Oh, hands is what I did first. Shoulders. It literally only has one swatch, guys. Okay, so the shoulders and the braces are stuck on brown and green. That's a little bit annoying for me because I have a plant character whose colors are like a purpley color and a turquoise that I use with plants, so she looks kind of like she's not from Earth. So plants from another world, basically. This isn't going to work for me, for that character at all, because the brown wood is not the right color and the green leaves are not the right color. It looks like the only swatch you have for it is the third slot. So let me just change the third slot and make sure that I'm correct on that one. That was wrist, right? Shoulders? Yeah. So only the third swatch affects these. Ah. I mean, they do look very, very nice. I'm not gonna lie. They look fantastic, actually. But for what I want them for, I'm frustrated that they don't have separated swatches like that. Abby Sue said, I let people do the work if they jump in and still get the reward. Right? That's what I'm saying. If you just let other people do it, it's gonna benefit you anyway. Oh, David said he was done. Andy said, how's everything going? New event, new rewards. It's going good. I'm a little frustrated that I can't do a buyout. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no buyout in the event tab for springtime, so we're stuck not being able to do that yet. And also, when I select this, I can't scroll to read everything. So, like, I can read through his abilities. I do have them here. We can do that after, but it's frustrating that anyone who doesn't know can't read it on this screen because the scroll is broken. So that's really fun. David said, thank you for letting me join you. No problem. He said, I don't think I've played the sewer part before. Really? Oh, I've done it so many times. Spring is like my equally, but for different reasons. There's a lot more from springtime that I absolutely love, so I have grinded through this with so many characters so many times, and I love it. Halloween has a lot more things that I like more than spring, but less items compared to spring. So, like, I love a few of the trees that we get from Halloween. They're fantastic base items, a lot of the style pieces, but there's a lot less. So they're kind of even ground, but for different reasons, and I'm really surprised you haven't played that before. I do have an idea. It's whether or not I'll have a chance to do it. We don't know when, but of just grinding through the spring event as a live stream with you guys, where I just keep swapping different characters over and over so that we can get people through it, and I also can get the amount of currency that I want for my characters because I need a lot of furniture from this event. So I have to grind through it anyway. And then for people who are a little bit uncomfortable in joining groups or haven't run through things before and are happier to do it with me, we can do that. We can do that. So I don't know what day that will happen. We obviously have a full month in which we can do that, but that is one of my plans of something to do. So if you are someone who wants to run through it, I will put a post out so that we can do that together if you like, and I will swap between characters. So if you guys want to swap between characters, run it over and over again in different groups, I'm fine with doing that. It'll be good. Oh, Andy's so close, so nice to my mom. Andy said you could add a material to it. Yeah, that's what I will have to do. Actually, there's a material I specifically use from spring. I don't remember the name. Let's see if I can remember what it is by reading it as I go through. It's like iridescent butterfly. There's one. I don't know. If I see it, I'll know. Oh, this. Yeah. That's the one. So that I could use because it's got the correct colors for it. But I won't be able to separate them. See, I'd need a chroma, wouldn't I? If we chuck this on. I mean, it does work for the colors I would need. I take it back. I can use these, but they won't work the way that I would like them to. So you can chuck a matte on. I will say it's interesting how the leaves take a very, very dark swatch of the material, isn't it? Interesting. Anyway, the face, we can change all three swatches, so that's very nice. I feel like, I'm so sorry, guys. My jacket is clearly clipping through his face. So let's remove that. There we go. That's a bit easier to say. I say his face. My character is a her, but the face clearly looks masculine. So that's why I said that. But you can see we've got 3 color swatches on there. We have a white, a red, and a green. I really like that we can change the eye color separate from everything else. I think that's really cool. If you are doing Swamp Thing, you'll be able to get like 2 different shades of green so that it can define the tentacle hair pieces that he has, which, I mean, they do look pretty great. The headpiece is very, very nice. I do think a lot of people will get good use out of it, and not just for Swamp Thing either. David said, where do we buy the Kryptonian Soda Cola artifact? So that is from the vendor behind Booster Gold. What is that called? Let's go and I'll show you where it is. But it is something that I don't know if it's going to be locked or unlocked for you if you've never got the drop for it. So it's originally from a time capsule. But if you go... Oh, apparently my sprint doesn't want to work. There we go. If you do go behind Booster over here. What is it? Oh, time and space. Time and space. Quarks vendor. Oh, how could I forget the word quarks? I sing about it so often. This is where you will get the Soda Cola artifact. That one there, bottled city soda. If you are someone who wants that, that is the place to get it from. It does cost quarks, but I don't know if, like these ones you can see here, these 3 currently have locks on them. I have actually unlocked these on the characters that I wanted them on. I haven't done it on this character yet, but you need to wear the Eyes of the Dusk and run content with the Eyes of the Dusk in place for a period of time before these 3 will unlock for you. Not only will they unlock, but they will also drop for your character, so you won't even have to buy them. But I'm not sure if Bottled City Soda is one where you have to have already opened a capsule for this to unlock. So, David, if you go to this vendor and check, and you've never received Bottled City Soda before, we'll know that if you have access, excellent. That means everyone does. If you don't have access, it means that people who haven't opened the capsule before have it locked. I'm really sorry, guys, that I can't check for you. I don't have an account that I'm currently on where I can test it, because this is my main account. So, yeah, but this is where you grab it if you are interested in getting it. All right, let's head back to the showcase base and have a look at these base pieces. Oh, is that David? Oh, no, that's my mom. Hi, Mom! My character looks insane. Did you see? It looks pretty darn crazy. I didn't get a picture. That's right. At the end, if I can put on like the Swamp Thing pieces and then get a picture with you guys, it's up to you, David. If you can stay that long, I understand if you can't. But yeah, I will do that so I can get a thumbnail. Let's go back to the showcase base, because I really love having a thumbnail that has you guys in on it, you know? Because you guys are the best. Also, it's nice because when I look at my channel, I see everyone in the picture and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that day. So it makes me smile. I'm just going to color the headpiece in more appropriate colors for him to show that you can make it look good and not stupid like I have. All right, let's get a darker green on him. Oh yeah. And this one may be slightly paler, maybe not so bright. There we go. There you go. You can make him look a little bit more Swamp Thingy. Obviously, I've gone a little bit too bright for him, but this headpiece is very useful. I do think a lot of people are going to like it. I don't need it for this character, even though ManBeast did suggest that maybe I should make a female version, but I still don't understand why my female version would have a beard. You know? But the shoulder and the arm piece I might use now, because I can put that material on and it will make it match, which is nice. David said, what chroma do you think Booster is using? I have no idea. I didn't have a look. Andy said, the new face will be good for my future vampire style that I want to make for my Owlman. That would be great. I mean, you could definitely utilize it for a vampire, right? Frankly, I prefer the, what's her name? I've gone blank. You know the skin that we just got that looks amazing? I'm going blank on it, but that skin. Right? No. Guys, we just got it for the event reward and I've completely lost the name. It's Dreadful something. Silver Banshee. Ugh, there we go. Out of there. Silver Banshee. The Silver Banshee skin. It's called Dreadful something. That skin is something I'm going to use for my vampire, but I obviously play a female character, so this face piece becomes a lot less useful for me instantly because I don't need a beard. David said I can get it from him, but it's cheaper to use one replay badge to unlock the feat. Yeah, that is absolutely true too. So if you have one time done it before, in the deeds section, actually this is what I would recommend you do. Anybody who has done the capsules previously, if you want to unlock the items that you receive from that, don't unlock them through other means. Don't go purchase them with your currency. Go through here and unlock. So see, open 25 capsules. This is one I could have just paid the 3. I think it's 3. A bunch of them are 3. You can just pay a small amount of replay badges to do the unlock, so you get the stat points towards the feat completion towards your stat points, and then you also receive the reward for it. A lot of them come in the mail. If you do the ones that you have allies on, you can unlock those, and the allies will come in a pop-up, and you can get those allies as well. So once you've received it once, you can get on all your characters this way, which is much, much cheaper. Well, much, much easier. I can't say it's cheaper if you're someone who prefers to use in-game currency instead of using your own real-life money that does have to go into purchasing replay badges. I understand that choice, but it's really, really quick to do it that way if you go through that menu and do it through the feats. David also said I'll come back to the streaming tree pretty quick. Okay, thank you. I will go there after we've looked at the furniture pieces and put some of the spring stuff on that we've just received, which I already have on now but looks insane right now, and we'll get a nice thumbnail with you guys. That would be great. If anyone else wants to join us at the streaming tree towards the end, feel free to join. You do need to be on the EU server though. Oh, you know what helps when you want to look at base pieces? If you collect those base pieces first, that does tend to help. All right, we've got 2 base invitations and all the Envirotech dudes. So I'm thinking, what do we got? Hazmat. If I collect them all at once, this is the problem. I will forget the names of them all. So I'm going to collect them in small amounts and put them out as I go. Hazmat suit station. Hazmat suit station with Envirotech. And 2 Envirotech. So we're doing 2 Hazmat, 2 Envirotech. Okay, because I have a large amount of furniture. So if I don't do it this way, we're going to lose track. All right, so Hazmat and Envirotech. I think the Envirotech, because their signs should go on the wall. Oh, you know what helps? Spelling correctly. That also helps. There we go. Envirotech Gotham sign. So we've got that one. And then we've got another here. Envirotech. Not that you have to type the entire thing. There we go. Oh, that's kind of pretty, that one. I don't mind that. And then we've got 2 Hazmat offices. So let's grab them. Well, actually, not offices. They're suit stations. Now we've got 1. Hazmat. Sorry, guys. I know the typing takes up a bit of time. Oh, they're different. They've both got someone in them. Oh, they're different colors. Okay. Then, collect the next ones. We're going to do the 2 base invitations. We'll put them on the other side. And then these are all 2 Hazmat and 2 Envirotech again. Okay, hang on. We'll do that too. Hazmat, Envirotech, and base invitations. There we go. Yeah. If I tried to do this with just memorization, guys, we'd have a problem. Normally in a video, I would do this so I don't have to memorize what everything is called. Because I'll write them down. But because we're live, I can't really do that. Poison Ivy. Hello, Ivy. Oh, Donna, she's so pretty. I wish my character looked that pretty. She just has the beautifulest face. That is now a word, okay? Beautifulest is a word. I've decided. Oh, Don, he's huge. I love it. Oh, he crawls out of the ground. Oh, guys, he's so cool. Oh, I'm just a little bit excited. All right, we've got 2 Hazmat, 2 Envirotech. Let's do that again. These guys, I presume, would all be on the floor. It would be really weird if they weren't. So 1, and we've got 2 here that are patrolling, I believe. Or maybe 3, and 1 that just stands idle. So this guy's the stationary bloke. So he shouldn't move. Oh, look at the guy with the bow. That bow is not what I was expecting it to look like either. Oh, they're so cool. Okay, and then 2 Envirotech. All right. Someone with a pistol. Okay. And then this guy should be bigger. The last one should be bigger and have a shovel. Which is kind of fun. And just maybe a little bit scary. When we put him in place, does he grab a shovel? Yeah. Yes, he does. Once we're out of decoration mode, they should move as far as I know. Oh, yeah, they're moving. Okay, what's our next ones? I think they're all rock. Yeah, 6 rock face ones. I don't know if they go on a wall or if they go on the ground. We will find out the hard way. Testing. Did it collect the last one? Oh yeah, it just didn't make the sound. That's fine. All right, let's put all those in place. Then I'll go back to the chat and we'll have a look at them all as well. I assume ground? I don't know. It's weird that I have to highlight a particular section before I search. Oh yeah, they're all ground. Ooh. Okay, these are interesting. I don't hate it. But I do feel like I might be making a mistake by putting them there. Do I have an emptier space? Yeah, let's chuck them in here. I'll grab that one as well. Just make it a little bit easier to walk around them so you can see all of the sides. And we all know what I'm like with my characters when I do try to walk around. We end up with them turning invisible. So the more space we have, more likelihood I won't mess up and do that. It's a little bit tricky, don't tell future Laura, but it's a little bit tricky without her just because she cuts out all of the me making things go see-through, usually. And she's not here to do that this time, so it's a little bit sad. I think that the ABC may just be differences in size. It looks like that's what they are. Because we've got like a small, then a medium, and then a large, I'm going to assume. I could be mistaken. We'll find out soon enough. No, I do think that's what it is. All right, we'll grab this one as well. We can have a look at them all in the same room and look at all the Envirotech dudes in the same room. All right, I actually kind of like these pieces. They do look like they're going to be so handy. Darn it. All my spring bases are going to need like an edit now. There's the little one. All right, that is every single base piece that we have collected. Please do keep in mind that these guys, there is actually 16 different variations. Okay? Which is a lot. Oh, hello, Jeffrey. Jeffrey said, hello, everyone. What Kryptonian artifact is... so the Kryptonian artifact we were talking about is the soda cola. What's it called? Bottled City Soda. I always call it the wrong thing because of what my best friend calls it with me. Hang on, let's find it here. This one, Bottled City Soda. That's what we were talking about there. He said, is there a Swamp Thing style? Yes, my character does currently have it on, but it is a little difficult to see because I do still have the chroma on the shoulders, so let's remove it. And on the wrist cuffs. So you can see we've got the Swamp Thing wrist brace and we've got the shoulder piece. They only have one colorable swatch, which is the little mushrooms that are currently like a glowing green. And then the headpiece, which has 3 different color swatches. The eyes are so cool. These guys are all hanging around me. Have you noticed? They're not really patrolling. I thought maybe they'd have like a path they follow. Can you imagine if you got all 16 pieces? If there's 16... Look at them just like, they just move everywhere. Can you imagine having 8 of them? Oh, I could do the same thing with them that I'm going to do with Squishy. Just a base full of Envirotech. That would be fun. I mean, they have given us a lot. I don't hate it. I understand they've probably done it and given us this many because it was quite easy to do. But, because they already exist, right, in the game. But I still love them. They're kind of cool. All right. Then let's have a look at these guys. We've got a green and a yellow. I'm a little surprised. I really thought one was going to be empty and one was not. But it looks like the one on the left, which is green, is the one that's got the extra Envirotech suit information on the end. So the long form version. But they're just 2 different kinds of suit. We've got the yellow and the green. Honestly, with all the pieces that they've given us, you could make really easily an Envirotech base. There's so many pieces. I really like the Envirotech emblem on the right. The Gotham one I don't like quite as much, I think, because it looks very, very busy. Also, if you don't put your base in Gotham, it won't make sense. But they're still pretty good. Andy said, I'm going to have so much fun with these base items. I know. I mean, if you get a bunch of these guys, it's going to be an insane base. They're kind of cool. They look exactly like the henchmen. So if you are someone who has the Envirotech henchmen, this is what they look like that. Exactly like that. Oh, the big dude with the shovel is heading off. Oh, wait, is my sparring target in there? No, okay, that's normally where I put it. I thought he was like threatening my sparring target. Which would have been funny. I wouldn't have been against it. Jeffrey said, good morning, invisible girl. I'm not invisible, but I understand, unless you're talking to my mum, who is invisible. Vash said, I found a way to force Razor Artifact to proc use Range Bringer 3 times in a row. Let yourself get hit by a damage and an auto kick off both effects. Let yourself get hit by any damage and it auto kicks off both effects. How can it auto kick off both effects? One is activated by health, right? By healing. And the other is activated by damage. Is that not correct? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I have only used the Razor Artifact for a very short time, but awesome if you have worked that out. Andy said, oh no, future Laura says, excuse me, I'm always here. You just can't always see me. How do you know? Are you talking to future Laura behind my back, Andy? That's not very nice. Thought we were friends, man. Abby Sue said they should have let Ivy and Swamp Thing move around too. I mean, I would have liked that, but I'm going to assume that we can converse with them, and if we can, it would be kind of annoying to have to chase them through my base to do so. But yeah, I must admit, the base invitations that we've received ever since Ambush Bug, and Mixie moves around the base too. The newer ones, they stand idle and chat. I would have liked if they could move around too, because I mean, if we did really want them to stay stationary, we've done it before, right? When people are base building, they will block in their characters with different pieces of furniture and learn what does and doesn't trap them in place. And so you could trap them in place if you wanted and still be able to chat with them, but having them move around the base would have been pretty cool. Can you imagine though, if you got so many base invitations and loaded up your base with them? It would be just an insane party. We should make a party room with all of the characters. Okay, I have plans. I'm going to have to use homecoming pieces, though. Going to have to wait. Jeffrey said, I have a question, but then I don't see the question yet, though, Jeffrey. Albul, hello! He said, g'day. Weird seeing you live at this time. Haha. Yep. So anytime a new event drops in the game, I do try to live stream it as soon as it drops. I knew this one was ready a little bit sooner than this, but this is when I got home. So once I got home, I did a few things, and then once I had finished those, I came and started the stream so that I could showcase them. If there is a new event dropping in the game, you can basically guarantee, barring some weird occurrence in my life, that I will live stream it, and we will showcase what we can of it. I'm really sad that we can't buy out, though. We'll do that separately, but yeah, I usually will showcase the items from the vendor, what the event is like, and then I will buy out the event and showcase those as well. Unfortunately, this time, the event has this weird thing about it where there's no buyout there and no scrolling. So I can go through what Swamp Thing can do at the end. We'll go through the list of everything I've got written down in my phone so that we know what he does. But yeah, at the moment, I can't buy out and showcase it, so that's fun. It does mean probably some other YouTubers will get to it before me, and if they do, awesome. Some people are really, really heavy into the stats side of things, and they will probably be much more detailed than I would be, which is really, really handy. So if that happens, go watch them. But if I can showcase it, I will. It's just that I can't right now. But yeah, if there ever is a time where I cannot showcase a new event that drops as a live stream, I will put a post on my channel and let you guys know, because it's very, very rare that something like that would happen. Oh, everything scrolled. Albul said, oh, that's right, the new event is on. Better get on it. Yes. He said, I missed one day of Hope Burns Bright. Gonna need to buy it out, I guess. Oh, no. He said, at least it won't be that expensive. That's true. That at least it's cheap because you've done everything but one day. So that's good at least. And you know, the reward for that one, I don't know how people feel about it. I think the currency is worth it to buy out when you've already done all but one day. But honestly, the lantern we receive is not something I have a use for. Even my Grey Lantern characters I've made, they don't use it. They use the floating emblem that goes in front of their chest rather than the lantern behind them, particularly because I have a tendency to use super speed. If you use super speed, you'll know the annoyance of having a thing floating slightly behind your character. When you run, it flicks from side to side and can be quite distracting. So, or it moves too fast. It's a little bit distracting. Vash said, yep, Ragebringer heals you for the damage you deal with it. Oh, very, very nice. I mean, if you play fire, then Razor is very, very good because there are two abilities that cause both damage and healing at the same time. They are Backdraft and Absorb Heat. So if you play fire, the Razor artifact is really, really fun, and it is one that I'm currently leveling on a couple of my fire characters, but not all of them, because I do like my current artifact stack. But it's nice to know that you can do that too, Vash. Genius! Albul said, I was watching one of your last replays and I see the Nutella coffee was a great suggestion, huh? It's so good. Yes, it is. You have no idea. When my brother now comes to visit, including today, it's one of the things on our list. There's Nutella cuppas. We have like a cuppa list, and then, which is like different coffees, and then a list of things that are additives. So our list of coffees are like mocha, caramel, hazelnut, white chocolate. We have a Kit Kat one, a Milo one, those sort of things. And then he'll pick one of those, and then we pick a topping to go on it, which is either maple syrup, caramel syrup, hazelnut syrup, vanilla syrup, or Nutella. Nutella happens every single day. So I should say every single day where we have cuppers. At least one of the cuppers will have Nutella because it's so delicious. And I just ran out, so I just bought another jar, which will be delivered sometime tonight. So if you hear like knocking on our front door like close to me, it's because the delivery's here. My mum said, "G'day, Albel. I believe you are the reason that Laura makes me the best cuppers, hot beverages with Nutella. Thank you so much." Yes, that is true. It is his fault, and you should be very proud because it's delicious. So delicious. Jeffrey said, "Can base invitations be bought on the broker?" I do not know. It might be something I'd have to go back to the vendor to look at, because I'm pretty sure if I look here, we don't get that information, right? Yeah, none of these are going to say anything about that. Yeah, so I'll go back to the vendor at the end. We'll have a look at that, because I don't know if there's something you can trade on the broker. Albel said, "Haha, you're welcome, Invisible Woman." Thank you, Albel. Jeffrey said, "Can you hang banners and wall items by using the Batman Trophy Pack arches and stealing base items? And can you buy out base invitations?" Okay. Jeffrey said, the first one, can you hang banners and wall items by using the Batman Trophy Pack arches and stealing base items? I don't have that pack on this account to test it, so I don't know. I'm also not going to buy that pack to test it either. I do know I have it on the Switch, but it's been ages since I've placed those items, and I don't know. He also said, "Can you buy out base invitations?" I don't know what you mean by buyout. So when I say buyout, there's usually an option in the event tab to buy out any event that we're running. There'll be a little tab here that says buyout on it, so that I don't have to play through it. I can pay instead. That's what I mean by that. Buying base invitations, if you're talking about Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing that I have here behind me, you can purchase them at the vendor. I don't know if you can put them in the broker. I haven't tried it. I only just grabbed them now, and often I've found when something is like ingrained in my brain, that's how it functions. Often these developers change it and don't tell me, so I don't know what can and can't go in the broker or be traded or anything anymore. So yeah, I don't know. We'd have to go and read it, but we'll read it at the vendor. Lucy, hello. He said, "Good morning / evening, DCUO." Yeah, this is my evening. It's 6 p.m. over here. Jeffrey said, "Hopefully we get a Robin and Nightwing Teen Titan event. So next base invitation is Aquaman and Mera." Why would we get, hang on, Aquaman and Mera if we're playing Batman and Nightwing? I'm so confused. I would love a Teen Titan event, though. I love the Teen Titans. Raven is one of my favorite characters. So I'd be very, very happy. Vosh said, "I'm a rage tank. I absolutely love the Red Lantern powers, lol." That is understandable. I haven't played my rage tank in a long time, so I have one. She is on Switch. I usually play rage as damage these days, but I do have a rage tank, and she was really fun to play, but it's been so long, I don't even remember how it works anymore, because I haven't played that set of loadouts in ages. She's probably still just got the 6 in the bar. And there's no point, because whenever I play on Switch, I just use my main tune now, because there's just not enough people on there for me to be swapping between tunes to get everything done. Do that on PlayStation much, much more. And occasionally, like, I've got 3 or so characters that I like to swap around on for the Xbox as well, which is fun. And then when I live stream with you guys, I play all the others, which is fantastic. Albel said, "It's so cute how you guys have a list of couples." Thank you! My brother learned, this was a joke though, just so you know, but my brother learned early on, if he doesn't make a choice about flavors, because I'll ask what flavor he wants, he chooses first the coffee flavor and then he chooses the additive. If he doesn't choose, I have strawberry syrup and this coffee that's called birthday cake coffee, and it's disgusting. And so if he doesn't choose, I threaten him with that. I'm like, "I'm gonna make you strawberry birthday cake if you don't pick something." It's really bad. We bought it to try and it's shocking. Don't get birthday cake coffee, guys. It's terrible. No. And if you're an Aldi shopper, that's the one we got. Don't get that. It's yucky. Very, very yucky. It smells like birthday cake. It doesn't taste like it. Tarek said, "Finally a Swamp Thing head. Not the one I wanted, but good enough." Yeah, I must admit. I know that there's one that people are wanting that's an older version. It's very unlikely they're going to provide us that in the game at this stage, but it's still pretty darn good. I will say there was an amazing headpiece combination that was used by ManBeast on Multiverse's last live stream, where he used the Viking beard that we've received recently, and it looked great. And this does look better, but I still think that looked great. He did a fantastic job. Honestly, he's a very nice designer for his character styles. I see you, DarkHorus, you know, I just recently sent my brother across to your channel because I know you have one character that is Gadget, so he wants to have a look at what you do with that. And I looked at all of your streams and I'm like, every stream you have is when I'm sleeping. It's not good timing, my dude. I think we need to talk about this. Either I have to not sleep or you have to live stream at a different time. Because I want to pop in and say hello. And you did a live stream of PvP. I would have loved to have been there during that because I would like to see what people do because I am bad at it. I did watch it after, but it's not the same. I can't ask questions, you know? I read that. Okay. Albel said, I'm still hanging out for a Damien NPC for my base. One day. I mean, we don't know what the next DLC is going to be, do we? We know at least that it's most likely going to be a continuation, and that we're going to be following the narrative of Hope being rescued. Whether or not it's her story arc, I don't know. Whether or not we're going to have lantern-heavy narrative, I don't know. But if it's going on to something other than lanterns, maybe you could get one. Who knows? It does seem like the majority of people are hoping it's Superman related. Frankly, I'd be fine with that, but I would rather it be Legion. It's David and my brother's fault. Albel said, so I'm a bit out of the loop, but have you guys moved yet? No. He said, hope it all went well if that's the case. I remember you guys saying it was a long drive or something. Yeah. So basically, we're in the settlement period. It's not going to be settled until we're nearly at the end of April. So right now, it's just kind of up in the air preparations happening. The actual move will be occurring after that, and because it's going to take us so long to travel from one location to the other, it will be a long time transferring. So while that's happening, I'll probably still keep live streaming the way that I currently do. I probably won't be making a lot of videos during that time because my editing process takes a while. It may not seem like it, but future lore being added in every single time means that not only do I watch a section and make sure it's okay, I watch a section, think of future Laura, rewatch it, add the future Laura piece in, rewatch it to make sure I added it in correctly. So it's maybe 3 or 4 times I have to watch every section that future Laura goes in, and if there's a lot of her, there's a lot of editing. So yeah. I'm avoiding it until we've actually moved house. So I know that it's a long time until it gets to the point where everything will be back to normal, but I wanted to let you guys know early because right now it still impacts my channel that we have to prep to move. And it's a lot of just preparing my stuff and other people's stuff and also paperwork. And some of us have to move from one location to another for a job. So there's a lot of organizing that as well going on. So I haven't moved yet. Don't worry, you guys will know when I do, because I'm really, really bad at shutting up about things, and I don't know if you've noticed. DarkHorus said, team no sleep. Right? No more sleep for me. Jeffrey said, I saw someone put an armory high up against a wall in a base, and I'm wondering how they did it. I don't know. That's really, really cool. I mean, there are some bases, I think, where part of the wall counts as part of the floor based on where other floors are. It's in the other bases, like the smaller ones, not in these larger ones that we've got, like the House of Legends base, the Manor, and Sunstone. But I don't know that I've ever seen anyone put an armory up on those pieces, because they're quite large, an armory. I don't know what their actual size is other than what we see, because what they have the size as that's going to clip onto pieces inside your base, and what we actually see is not always the same. But which is evidenced by, you know, the big huge posters where there's a little tiny section of it that's actually a piece and the whole thing can clip through walls and floor and stuff, those pieces, or like the large curtains where the section that exists is along the ceiling but you can walk through all of the drapage, that kind of thing. So I don't know how big they are, but that's kind of cool if someone was able to do that. David said Superboy and Supergirl are my favorite Titans. That is understandable. David also said, I do have one character who has a Donna Troy style, though. I do too. I have a character called Shattered Shifter. She shifts into multiple forms of different characters that exist. She has a Donna Troy. She's got everything. She's just got everybody. But she's got like 2 different Ravens because Raven is one of my favorite. Albel said, I actually love Teen Titans event with the dance floor. I know, I'm going to need the dance floor now. I have plans that require a lot of dance floor pieces. Said, felt like we were going to a party, haha. I know, a lot of people also took pictures of their character at the party section at the end of the load-in for it, which I thought was fun. Vash said, I had stopped playing for 7 years. I just got back into the game a few months ago. When I'd stopped, the rage powers didn't exist yet. So you're new to the rage powers and obviously enjoying them, which is really, really good. Were you able to be here soon enough to be able to grab the white and blue power array augments? Because particularly the blue one is really, really handy if you're using the Razor. And awesome, welcome back. I'm glad something brought you back because this game is my absolute favorite. DarkHorus said g'day, maybe to my mom. G'day is the correct way to greet us if you're Australian. Also, the literal translation of g'day is good day, but g'day is something you say at the top of a conversation. At the start, there's been, I don't remember who it was. Some people, because it's good day, will use it as the exit of a conversation. It's incorrect, guys. It's the top of the conversation. It's like saying hi. You wouldn't get to the end of a conversation and say hi when you're leaving. So just so everyone's aware, because I know you guys are totally going to need that in the future, you know? Very important information. Jeffrey said, I was wondering how we could get a Robin as a base invitation, and I could only see it being for the Titans event. Yeah, we don't... Potentially for the Titans event, which is Homecoming, we could get one for that. Or if they have a narrative that is going to go towards Batman stuff, potentially then we could also get one. That we don't know where the narrative is currently going. But if they keep doing the base invitations for events, we're probably going to get one at some point. GamerXAndy said they have a Reese's peanut butter coffee now too. I don't know how it is though. Okay. I love Reese's. And I love coffee. This I need. I wonder if it's in Australia. I don't know. Jeffrey said they gave us a Swamp Thing iconic power too with his ally. With his ally? As in one that we can use, or as in he has an iconic power? Yeah, we don't have a power here. Because, yeah, I can read through. In fact, let me bring it up. Hang on. I will find it. Because I do actually have the list of what his abilities are in my phone. I just didn't have it on this screen because for some reason it won't let me scroll, which this happened last time too. I can't remember exactly how or which event that it was, but this happened last time and it would not work for me. I don't know why. All right, these are the Swamp Thing information pieces. So, combat ability, it's got Balance of the Green opens up a soothing, healing pulse before erupting into a devastating explosive lunge that damages and roots every enemy caught in its radius. Not gonna lie, that sounds great. We've got the first passive, which reads, Wrathful Seed plants a hidden seed in any enemy on which you use a finisher, which I use finishers quite frequently, especially on most of my fire main builds for the damage build. I'm using the finisher that comes with fire, and I'm using the White Lantern AoE ability that is also considered a finisher. So I'm hoping these two can stack and I can cast them over and over and have this passive work for that, but I'll try it out and we'll see how it works. It says, quietly feeding on every critical hit landed against them until it detonates in a punishing explosion, which sounds great. Passive number 2 is Harmony Seed turns your own supercharge into a blooming shield, accumulating your critical heals and eventually bursting into a wave of damage resistance for you and your whole team. Which also sounds good, but I'd have to be someone who's using a supercharge rather regularly, which is not a lot of my builds. And then this is the thing I read earlier, but just for anyone who has joined us. As an added bonus, Swamp Thing can be summoned alongside of Envirotech henchmen. So those are the henchmen that look like my base pieces that are running around here. The Envirotech henchmen are available at the vendor. They are 75 during the discount. They cost 100 when the discount is over. It's only one per character when you buy it, so you have to buy it on every single character if you do want it. But if you don't have elite henchmen, I would highly recommend at least get it on your main character. Or on any character that you're going to use Swamp Thing on. It says, this will grant both a boost to their defense and damage output, keep them fighting side by side to make most of this powerful duo. So that is if we put Swamp Thing being summoned, so that would be in his first ability, alongside these henchmen. Which sounds great. And actually has worked out. Like I'm not using the henchmen or Swamp Thing at the moment, but that's probably what it would look like when you do it. Swamp Thing comes out, henchmen come out. So that's what the abilities are, and I did want to test them and show you guys what it does, but obviously I can't do that if it's not going to let me buy it out, so we'll have to wait till later for that one. Let's have a chat with Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy. I'm going to do Poison Ivy first.
I heard you were on the way.
Oh, she's so pretty. I want that face on my character. Look how pretty her face is. Why can't we have that? All right. Let's go through her chats. We've got, what do you fight for?
Humanity has pushed the green to the edge of extinction. It's time the green pushed back.
Ooh, she sounds very cranky.
We fight for the green.
Okay. Responsibilities. I think it's weird how it just has a topic instead of a question on that one. They have had topics on other ones as well. I'd much rather it actually have like a conversation, so I'm actually asking a question that she answers, but I mean, if they're using audio that they've already got inside of the game, it may not actually make sense. But this one says responsibilities.
From my garden.
Good.
Someone has to defend the green.
Isn't the garden part of the green? Shouldn't you stay with your garden and leave the rest of us alone? No, okay. Birds of prey is the next prompt.
The birds of prey aren't my first choice of allies,
Oh.
but they treat Harley well, and that means a lot.
Aw.
It helps that Oracle matches my consulting fee with donations to my favorite environmental organizations. Plus, her headquarters has a negative carbon footprint.
It's really bizarre, like, being educated about things from someone who is talking to me like this and is kind of sultry and a little bit on the flirty side. It feels weird! Alright, tell me about Harley Quinn.
I'm just crazy about Harles. She makes me laugh.
You sure you're not laughing at her? Because she's changed a lot and she's kind of... okay, I'm glad you're happy, okay? Personal projects.
Just waiting on this chlorophyll titration to finish, and then I am not looking forward to the spectrograph analysis.
Oh, poor you.
When this is over, Oracle and I need to explore some environmentally friendly security measures.
Okay, good. That sounds great. Is it not weird? I don't know. It sounds like someone's trying to teach me something with the wrong kind of voice. Alright, exobites.
Exobites? You think I'd defile the green by polluting myself with those tiny machines?
Oh no, she's judging us. She's judging us for using exobites. We didn't have a choice. It was forced on us by Brainiac, okay?
Machines are hard, cold, devoid of emotion. Maybe it reminds me of Batman.
Is that good or bad? I don't know. Okay, I will say everything she says is pretty good. Her voice is really good. I do like how many things we get to hear from her as well. And the camera positioning is very, very nice, and she looks great. Very, very nice base piece, guys. Let's go to Swamp Thing. Apparently, according to Multiverse, this is something they fixed. So for anyone who has the Etrigan base piece, you know that there is like this massive problem with Etrigan, where when we're talking to him, his head is cut off in every single scene. So when I tried to post it on my channel, I did it with different visual, so you guys could see it was Etrigan, but using the audio from the actual talking to him in your base. So let's just hope that Multiverse is right, and this has been fixed, and we actually get to see Swamp Thing's face as we talk to him, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be looking into his beard.
Again, you call on me.
Oh, it's not as bad as Etrigan. When he stands up straight, we still get to see his face. It doesn't cut off completely, but I will say I wish as he spoke, it didn't chop off the top of his head. All right, first we're going to ask about you and Alec Holland.
Alec Holland is a memory that I preserve.
Good. That was very vague.
I may or may not live, but not everything that lives is real. I am the green. I will always endure.
Good for you. That's good. I feel like that was a lot less about Alec Holland than everything else. It's just about you being Swamp Thing now, so okay. Oh, we get to ask him about Poison Ivy. She's standing right there.
Poison Ivy seeks weapons, whereas I seek shelters. Perhaps neither is fully right.
That's a really weird statement. Why would neither be fully right? I mean, she seeks weapons because she wants to attack humanity and other things that are supposedly destroying the green, right? So you seek to not destroy other living things. That's good. I would like to stay alive. This one says about me. That seems odd, because about my character, he wouldn't know a thing about my character. I assume it's about him? I don't know.
Even with my expansive knowledge, there are things about you that still surprise me.
Oh, okay.
You will live on as my memory.
Oh! That sounds like my character's about to die. My character's gonna die and live on in his memory? I don't know. That seems weird. Alright, humanity and nature.
Seen from my perspective, the desires of men feel distant, disconnected. Life means more wants more, and I am burdened with protecting it.
Aw, poor thing.
Trees groan, plants scream, flowers weep. If only you could hear them.
I don't know if I really want to hear plants screaming. That sounds awful. And also now I feel bad for Swamp Thing being able to hear all these things. Pollution is the next prompt.
The corruption of nature.
Ooh, he's angry.
The green will burn, and I with it.
Why? What?
I fear for the future of the green.
Clearly, it seems like you think it's all gonna burn. That's not good. Maybe he's more in favor of what Poison Ivy is doing than he's willing to admit. Alright, I didn't mind the interactions. I did feel like the About Me one was a little bit weird, right?
Even with my expansive knowledge, there are things about you that still surprise me.
What things? He doesn't know me! That feels creepy, like he's been observing me from a distance, and then it's like he thinks my character's gonna die.
You will live on as my memory.
Am I being absorbed? I don't know. I don't like that one. The rest is fine. That one is weird, right? That's a little bit creepy. Jeffrey said they gave us a Swamp Thing icon. Oh, I read that before. Swamp Thing iconic power 2 with this ally. So, I'm guessing the ones that I read through are something that are meant to be something Swamp Thing can do. I don't know what Swamp Thing can do. I have not read anything where he is in it, unfortunately. Hello, Danielle! She said, hi, it's Laura. I think your tune overused the birth control. Yeah, she's not having a good time. She's not feeling greatest. Albel said, your brother is also going to be in DCUO, the whole family, haha. I would make a bloodline joke, but that's my WWE reference. I don't know anything about WWE, except that it's wrestling. That's what I know. I'm so full of knowledge, you know? But yeah, so my mum plays, we know this, DC, with us. She is on EU, US, and Xbox. My sister has created a toon maybe 2 years ago. It is a fire tank because she is the bestest tank in other games, and so she wanted to create a character for this. She hasn't joined us. I don't know if she ever will. I don't know how much she's played either, but she created it when I said to her, you should create one now if you're going to, because it was back when the old developers were giving us a CR skip. So she's literally played nothing, but was able to CR skip her character from the beginning to 300 and something. So she has a toon. I don't think she's played much, but she has said on a couple of occasions she wouldn't mind doing so, but just like me, she is a very busy person. She's more of a socially busy person. She has like lots of friends and everything like that. She's like a social butterfly. So she gets very busy. The likelihood of her joining us for DC is very, very slim, or will be very rare if it does happen. But, you know, she has a toon. Then we've got that little brother from AU who has created a character and played through up to maybe level 15 and was going to be playing through with us every time he came to visit. However, my daughter, who has an obsession with Roblox and Dress to Impress, has convinced him and myself and my mum to play Dress to Impress with her instead, and frankly, we love it, and so it's really easy for us to get just a little bit addicted to it, and so we end up doing that for hours instead. So, his character hasn't gone past level 15. I do think at one day he will likely have a character that's leveled further than that. Then there's that brother from AU. So the first one is that little brother from AU. Then that brother from AU. The one from the Age Guess videos. He has created characters. He has played them through a few things. He has got them a little bit prepped to be able to play with us. However, I have footage of us getting his character selected and everything like that, and that has not come out on my channel yet. And also, he's busy getting ready to move too. So once we've moved house, likely you will see my brother join us. He is interested in trying to do controller. I don't know if he will. We'll see how he goes with it. Also, that little brother from AU was interested in controller too. His main character, he has made his gadgets, so maybe. But we may end up with a dedicated controller on a channel. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to see what happens. So that's my mum, my little brother, my other brother, and my sister. I also have a daughter who frankly thinks that DC kind of sucks and she doesn't want to play it, but she has an account and she has characters made, and one day maybe she'll join us. I don't know. She has my sense of humor, so she's pretty entertaining, just gonna say. That sounds so braggy, but it's true. Look, if you're not entertained, you wouldn't hang out here, right? True. Vash said, I kind of want to see some Justice League Dark content helping Trigon beat Darkseid. Oh, yes, I would love anything with Trigon in it. Trigon is such an interesting character, except if you watch Titans. Don't watch Titans. It's the most disappointing thing ever. I fell asleep multiple times. I hated it. I made myself get through from just the first season, and it got to Trigon at the end, and I hated it so much, guys. They ruined all the characters. Don't watch Titans. Ugh. DarkHorus said they announced they're working on a way for people to earn old iconic powers. Oh, thank goodness. Because I will say it's very, very difficult to see so many people coming into the game new right now and realizing that a lot of the builds that people have, especially ones that they're showcasing online and saying, hey guys, this is the strongest build you can have for this power set, most of them incorporate iconic abilities and the power array augments. And it makes it difficult for people who are coming back in. It's very, very FOMO, and I don't like it. So if that's true and they are going to work on a way for people to earn old iconic powers, yay! I want everyone to be able to use them. They're so much fun, and then if you can get them, you have the option of incorporating them or not, whatever suits you. And it's tricky too, because you can't go to the test server, play with them, and see if there's something you want to work towards, because the test server is only available to you, DarkHorus, and other people in the Creator League. And I don't even know if you get access to the iconic abilities beforehand. You may not. So, yeah, it's a little bit sad and a little bit tricky. That's why I like to, as soon as something drops in the game, try and buy it out and showcase it for you guys, so you can decide if it's worth it, because most of them are quite a bit of effort or quite a bit of money to be able to get. Vash said, hoping that's a future story arc. I'm very curious to see what they do, but I will say if they're going to be 4 chapters long for each story arc, it means we're going to be stuck in the same narrative or potentially the same area like we did with Mogo for a very long period of time before we move on to another one. It's one of the things I don't like about the way they're doing the story arcs. I feel like maybe 2 chapters that incorporate one thing is enough. Once it goes to 3 and then to 4, it drags on a little bit, and it also, DC is very vast. There's a lot of different characters and narratives and storylines and alternate realities that we can explore here, and they get stuck on one for over a year. So we were doing what's her name, Lucia, for an entire year and 3 months. 4 months. That's a very long time to be on the one storyline when DC has so much to offer. So I'm hoping maybe they don't keep them at 4 what are they called? Chapters, not episodes. 4 chapters per story arc, but we don't know. And honestly, it takes them a while to get these things ready. They may not have thought of that beforehand, and we may end up with another 4-parter again, just because they had to create it ages ago, and they haven't been able to create something that's going to be able to swap us through things a little bit more frequently. So we'll just have to see what they bring us, but playing the same thing over and over again gets just a little bit monotonous, and yeah, then we don't get to see a bunch of different characters and things that we would like to. There's so many different choices, right? We could do Batman, we could do Superman, we can do Wonder Woman, then we can do some villain-esque stuff, but I don't know. I think they've kind of abandoned doing things from the villain's perspective at this point. My mum said, your character looks so wrong with that head. I know. It also looks wrong because she's like fluoro by comparison, right? But I want people to see it, because then you know you can get it in the game. I will say the shoulder piece and the wrist cuff piece do look like they are the pieces that Swamp Thing has, right? That's the cuff. That's the shoulder. They look very, very accurate, so I quite like that about them. But we do also already have some shoulder pieces and some wrist pieces that we can use. Gloves even, I think, is one of them. And they do have colorable swatches, so you can... And I mean, one of the pieces you can get for the shoulder has a massive branch that sticks up in the air that I really like the asymmetry of, and I still think it looks quite accurate for this character, so I don't know if I would choose to use these knowing that I can't change the swatches over. It's a little bit restrictive. Danielle is talking to my mum. Never mind. Abby Sue said, LMAO, Dan, that was a good one. What? I missed something from Dan. Who's Dan? I don't know. I must have missed it. Andy said, I want a Superman character base item that starts off as Clark Kent. Oh, yes! And transforms into Superman, and he talks to you as both. Wouldn't it be cool if you had Superman and you had a telephone booth? And he goes in and comes out as Superman. Oh, please. That would be so much fun. Oh, I don't know if they'd do that. Junior! Hello, Junior. He said good morning. It is evening for me, but good morning to you. Vash said, unfortunately, no. What is happening? I'm missing something. I have no idea where the conversation's going. Albel said, moving sucks, but once you're sealed in, it's nice to have a new room. No stress about the videos, though I understand for the algorithm. I tried to check channels on my own as YouTube's no notification. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know the notifications kind of glitch on YouTube sometimes. But you said moving sucks. I'm one of those people who absolutely loves moving. You should see my brother's face every time I talk about it. It's like he's looking at me like, oh, you sweet little child. Because moving is so much fun for me. I love it. And it's something that I think my family is happy that I do love it as well, because every time we move, they're like, it's okay, Laura will do it. It's fine, Laura will do it. Which I will, and I'll enjoy it. I love it. I love that where we go to is all nice and clean already. I clean everything as I take it across. We get rid of everything we don't need, and then everything is put like out so nice and tidy and pristine and organized, and I love it. And we're moving like 2.5-ish hours away from here, and I'm still gonna love it. I don't care. Abby Sue said, I'm good getting buy one day at a time. Yeah, that is perfectly fine. Frankly, when it comes to buyout, I don't think any of these have been worth actually paying for to buy it out. I only do it because I'm creating content and I want you guys to see it as soon as possible so you can decide whether it's worth it for you to play it to get it. And I also understand people miss days. The fact that they give us the opportunity to buy it out if we miss days, I think that's lovely, and I understand people doing that as well. But I know that I do the opposite of this, right? I know that I buy these things out immediately so you guys can see them, but I don't think there's been a single one that's been worth buying out at the start. None of them, because 20 days is not that long. 1 month and you'll have it anyway. Like, I don't think these are worth paying for. I think play the game if you can. Only reason to buy them out is if you can't get to play the game, and play as much as you can before you do, because get it as cheap as you can too. Danielle said, oh, welcome back to Vash. Yes, welcome back. Jeffrey said, now people will be able to make a great Swamp Thing. Agreed. They will. The headpiece is going to be so useful for so many people. If you don't have the Viking beard piece that Manbeast was using the other day, this is going to be the best piece. It's so, so good. Let's go ahead and have a look at these pieces around the corner too, so we don't forget about those. And I mean, so I don't forget about these. I've got to say, I think the mossy ones are better. But it looks like we've got kind of 3 different shapes / sizes. They do look kind of cool. I wonder if they'll fit together very nicely too, because I would love to use these as a wall. They're very, very large, but I feel like if you put them inside of the Mana, the House of Legends base, this one here, or Sunstone base, or if you put them in your League halls, this is going to be really, really useful. They might look a little bit big when you put them inside of some of the smaller bases, but if you're using them to separate as walls, they might work really, really well. I love the mossy ones more so. I think they just look a little bit more overgrown-ish, and with the bases that I will likely use these in, they're going to work really, really well, because I have a lot of lush green plants and things like that, waterfalls. This would look great pressed up against the waterfall piece that we receive as well. I also appreciate that they do put something around on the floor of them too. It's not just the stone piece, so if you want to have something that makes it look like it can be incorporated into the environment, it's there, and if you want to put grass there and cover it up, you can do that too. So I quite like that as well. I've got to say the big one's nice. Look how nice it is! Darn it, I love these pieces. It's so tall too. Look how tall that is! Oh, it's huge! I love it. I'm going to have a good use for these pieces. Spring is going to be crazy. I said to my mum, spring is the event that I run the most. Same with Halloween, and I'm just going to be grinding through heaps of characters trying to get it done. As more currency I get, the better, because I need furniture pieces, I need elf ears, I need as many squishies as I can get. For people who don't know, squishy is what I call the mushroom little man character that we can get, and I got that from watching Finding Nemo. So his name is Squishy, okay? But I need a bunch of them. Albel said, man, having to trim messages to fit the character limit is a challenge worth 25 feet points at least. Yeah, I must admit I have had to do that in the past. I'm not... it's a bad habit, right? I watch quite a bit of content and I will like a lot of things, but I don't engage in the comment section very, very often because most of the time I'm listening and doing something. So I will come across and look when I need to look, but I'll listen to the majority of it, and I don't think to put a comment on a lot of the time. It's something I've had to change my behavior on as I've become a YouTuber, because I'm like, it's good engagement for my channel when people do that for me, which I think is lovely, and I just think, I've watched these people for ages and I say nothing. So now I try to make sure I comment at least on most of them if I've got something to say, because, I don't know, it feels like I don't exist. if I don't say something. So yeah, I've started doing that a little bit, and I have noticed if I write a long one, it doesn't fit everything I want to say in the chat. So I understand. Vash said, I'm hoping we get more ring chest augments. Me too. I do think we will. I'm wondering whether the next augment we do receive is going to be something that is not a ring, though, because I think I've mentioned quite a few times, there was a live stream the developers had where they did mention, don't worry, it's not always going to be rings that we have for the power array augments. And I was like, okay, good to know. And they've done 2 in a row. So I suspect the next one will likely not be a lantern ring, and will likely be something related to the newest episode, whatever that may be. And potentially because they seem to like to do this at the end of a narrative or a chapter, not episode, our character transforms by some means. Maybe it will be relevant to something that happens with our character, and it does make me feel a little bit more like my character's the main character when something like that happened, particularly with the White Lantern ring. A little less so with the Blue Lantern ring. That one seemed very rushed in my opinion, but if it's relevant to the next episode and it's not Lanterns next, I will be relieved, because Lanterns has been quite heavy and I'm a little bit tired of it. I wouldn't mind something else to break it up, even though I do like the Lanterns, you know? But if they kept giving us a power array augments, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be upset about it. I love them, so that would be cool. I don't know what that means. Vash said it's good. Dutch Bros here has it. I don't know what Dutch Bros is. Oh, is this the Reese's coffee that we were talking about earlier? Because I'm in Australia, so we don't have quite a lot of access to things. In fact, I didn't try anything Reese's until my best friend told me it was the best. Then I tried it, and he was right. I had to go to a specialty store at the time to get the Reese's so that I was able to have a try of them, and I got some Reese's Pieces and like a Nutrageous bar and things like that. They were fantastic. Now we can get them at Woolies, though. So Woolies is Woolies the same everywhere? Woolworths or Safeway? I don't know what everywhere calls it, but you can get a couple of Reese's things from there. Ice cream as well. And yeah, now I love Reese's. Anything that is chocolate and peanut butter or chocolate and mint. I love them so much. They're so good. Danielle said, heart goes out to you, Abby Sue. Oh, and with that, I'll leave it be, lol. Oh, I'm not sure what Abby Sue said, but also my heart goes out to Abby Sue because I know what's recently happened, and I hope you're coping okay. And it's really lovely to see you here if you are still here, and even if you're not, it was lovely to see you at the start too. And if you said something earlier that I missed, I'm really, really sorry. I do have it set to... Oh, it's set to top messages. Oh no! I probably have missed a bunch. Okay, I'm setting it to all. It's going to scroll to the bottom. Yeah, it always does that. Darn it. Let me see if I can find my place again. Oh, wow. You guys had so much to say. Okay, here we are. Albel said, Invisible Woman, is your profile pic a hand because you play a healer? You know, helping hand. Get it? Ha ha ha. My mum's picture is a hand because it's a little bit of a joke. So on a channel that I have with my brother and my mum, it's called OHO, which is Our Honest Opinion. At the moment, we have done our honest opinion on different brands of food and taste-tested things. We have a lot of footage recorded for it. It will probably come out after we've moved house, but we've kind of got it to a point where I need to stop doing that until we have moved. And in those videos, my brother and I are visible, and my mum is not. So I started calling her the Invisible Woman because we couldn't see her. But she would pass us things and her hands would come in. So we started saying the Invisible Woman who has uninvisible hands because her hands were visible temporarily and back out again. So now her picture is her hands. And it works brilliantly. The picture for OHO as well is myself and my brother with my mum's hand in the shot. I don't know, it gives me a chuckle. But that's how she got called that Invisible Woman as well. She didn't choose it, I did it. Basically all of my family's name that you guys hear online is based off of me. Because I've got that sister and that daughter. So they're all, you know, based off of the fact that I'm that girl from AU. Abby Sue said, looks like there's a 2319 in your base with the hazmats. What's a 2319? Oh, 2319. No, you're right. That's why they're moving around the way they are. Albel said Poison Ivy has a great design. I know. He said my all-time favorite Poison Ivy is Uma Thurman's. Yeah, she did a great job. He said she stole the show. I love everything. Her lines, her smooth jazz theme. Her ball entrance, love it. And the flirtiness was so good. I think because I don't know what flirting is. I'm going to be honest. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at acting sultry or anything. Anytime I try, I sound sarcastic. So anyone who can do it, I have a great appreciation for the fact that they can. She did so good. She did great. I agree. Uma Thurman did a great job. And also that really dark environment for that Gotham was really nice too. It was well done. David said good night to Junior. Good night, Junior, if you're leaving. Have a good sleep and thank you for popping in. Oh, true. Jeffrey said we need an Alfred base item. Could not agree more. We should have had it for ages now. When we got the mana base, I think they should have given us Alfred. Right, he should just be there in the Batcave. It makes sense. And we don't have it at the moment. Albel said, this DCUO Ivy sounds like a heavy smoker retired lady. Does she? Hang on.
I heard you were on the way.
Oh, actually, a little bit. Okay.
The birds of prey aren't my first choice of allies.
I hear it in an
treat
all-new way
Harley
now.
well,
If I
and
close
that
my
means
eyes
a
and don't look at her
lot.
face...
It helps that Oracle matches my consulting fee with donations to my favorite environmental organizations. Plus, her headquarters has a negative carbon footprint.
I take it back! You're so right! It totally sounds like a heavy smoker. If I don't look at her and I just, close my eyes and listen, yeah. Darn it! Thank you. That actually fixed it a little bit for me. Because it seemed like someone trying to educate me with the wrong tone of voice, and now it's just she was smoking before, that's why. Danielle said, Batman types as well as others would love that lane. What lane? I don't know. I've missed something, I'm so sorry. Lucy said, I think I've been hitting the devil's lettuce with how calm and sultry she's talking. Right, now I can't decide. When I look at her and I'm hearing it, it sounds sultry to me. But now when I don't look at her, it sounds like someone who's just been a smoker. I get it. My mum said, my profile pic is a hand. Oh, here we go. Because that's all you can see online. The rest of me is invisible. Lol. Maybe Laura can explain since she named me that invisible woman from AU. Yeah, it's my fault. Her name is my fault from our channel because we couldn't see her in the channel. She was passing stuff to us, but we heard her voice. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to call her that invisible woman. Oh, beautiful. Junior said, thank you, Laura, but I'm making a coffee. Still up. Excellent. And now I kind of want a coffee. The sad part is, though, I don't have any Nutella at the moment to do one. I can make any other flavor, but no Nutella. But we have a delivery coming sometime tonight, so hopefully then I can make one with the Nutella. Thanks, Elbow. Abby Sue said, I wish they hadn't cancelled the Swamp Thing series. I thought it was good. I haven't seen it, so... yeah, they often do that though, right? They make something that's good and unpredictable, which is really, really nice because there's so many things that are very, very predictable. And then they cancel them and I don't get to see the rest. Like Dark Angel was such a good series, 2 seasons, and it's gone and I loved it. Oh, but at least they're kind of bringing back Firefly. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm gonna have to watch a bit because I think it's supposed to have been between the Firefly series and the Serenity movie, what occurred in between there, and which I'm very interested in, but the fact that it's going to be a cartoon version, I'm a little bit curious, and also because they're bringing back Alan Tudyk, who died. Oh no, but he died at the end of Serenity. Oh, he can be in it, that's fine. Excellent, that makes sense. Hellbull said, haha, that does make sense, you're a woman of mystery, that invisible woman. My mum is so mysterious. No, not even a little bit. Lucy said, plants screaming is basically just like people screaming. It sounds like this. Oh God, why? It hurts. Why would you tell me that? Now I'm going to look at plants and think that. But it sounds like, I understand that if they scream and if they cry and all that, it probably sounds the same way it sounds to him, the way it sounds for me, for humans to do so. But it sounded like when he said it that it's more frequent, like it's continuously happening and we're just ignoring it. I realize he didn't say that explicitly, but the way he said it sounded like I'm not listening to them and they're all just screaming all the time, so that's why I was like, I don't want to hear that. Lucy also said it's funny because the grass is getting mowed. No! Don't put that in my head! This is not helping me, Lucy. See someone mowing the lawn later and be like, that grass is screaming right now and I can't hear it, thank God. DarkHorus said the Swamp Thing series was good. See, I haven't seen it. Darn it, I'm so far behind. And I have no time to catch up at the moment. It just isn't going to happen. My mom and I have plans to rewatch Smallville, but we're not quite there yet. And when we will obviously do that, but we're not there. We're in the middle of another series. Jeffrey said to Abby, the Swamp Thing series on CW was getting really good. See, now you guys are making me want to watch this series, and I've missed out on it, and I don't have time to watch it right now. Thanks a lot, everybody. Maybe sometime I'll get to watch it. But when you guys give me recommendations, they always end up being really interesting ones and good. And fun, usually. Albel said, it's fun that you guys play together. Also, you're a mother. I am. This is the plot twist of this stream. I had no idea. Oh, I released the information at the same time as I released the age guess video results. So basically, my daughter did not want anyone to know she existed. She didn't want anyone to know online that she was here, and we were trying to protect her privacy and everything like that. And so I didn't mention her, and anytime I talked anything about her, which was very, very rare, but I would say a member of my family, this occurred. And otherwise, I would just leave it be. But she not only now doesn't mind if people know, she actively wants people to know that she exists. So that is why you guys all now know. I am a mum. My daughter has just become a teenager. She is awesome, sarcastic, and has a very similar personality to me. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. She also does not like the idea of being called Little Shadow online. She likes being called Alex, so we're going to stick with that. And she didn't mind. Someone had the suggestion of Shade. I think it was Tiny Lilith, which I liked. She didn't mind, but she still said Alex is better, mum. So we're sticking with Alex for the moment. Abby Sue said, yeah, I was mad that they cancelled it, lol. Oh, why did they do that? Now I kind of want to see it. Mind you, on the bright side, at least I don't have a lot I have to catch up on. But I'll probably get to the end of it and be annoyed that it ended, right? That happens with so many things. Albel said Titans is unfortunately a giant turd of a show. It's a shame because I liked the actor who played Beast Boy and I really liked their Jason Todd. But yes, overall, horrible and badly written show. And didn't make sense. What on earth was going on with Starfire? She talks like a normal person. Her memory is gone. She doesn't look like herself. Everything was weird. Nuts. I couldn't stand it. And I also liked the actor for Beast Boy and I liked the actress for Raven. But why was Beast Boy not green? Why was his hair just green? That was weird to me. But it's like they did this. They were like, let's write a dark cop show. And then they wrote it. And they're like, this is great. How are we going to get people to come and watch it? I know. Let's smoosh it together with something people like. People like Teen Titans. Great. Done. And then they smooshed it together and none of it made sense. And I hated it. I don't know. I thought the actress they chose for Raven was a good choice. Her narrative wasn't too bad either, but it was not accurate for what actually happened to her. I also did like the Beast Boy actor and Nightwing actor, I think it was. I thought they did good jobs, but I didn't like the writing. The storyline didn't make sense. It wasn't actually Titans at all. It was nonsensical things to do with the police. And also the narrative of what Batman had done, that separation seemed really bizarre to me too. I don't know. I didn't like it. And Trigon was absolutely not even scary. Trigon is supposed to be scary. It was not. It was not good. Oh. Jeffrey said, I think they need us get and mix and match some powers, like a storm character should have access to earth, fire, water, electricity in their loadouts and ice. Well, I mean, if they're going to give us power array augments, there's potential there. Not saying they would do it, but there's potential there that they could give us power array augments that incorporate abilities similar to what we have on a power set, and then we can add them to it. So a couple of loadouts that would be ice relevant that aren't actual ice abilities, but are ones they could use in conjunction with their current ice build. But me as a fire character could also use them. You know, they could potentially do things like that. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to aim for with this, because other than the lantern abilities, I don't know. People have suggested Superman or Kryptonian just in general, and we have a lot of those abilities already. People have recommended Bizarro. I would love a Bizarro one, but unless it's relevant to a narrative or an event that we have in the game, the likelihood is slim, because they do try to correlate those things, which I appreciate. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I don't know what we're going to get next, but if they do give us some that allow us to use abilities from different power sets, that would be kind of cool, particularly for Jackhammer. I feel like it's the best loadout to be able to showcase super strength on any character, and obviously you can't use it on any character, only on an Earth build. So, you know. Oni said, hello, Oni. Said, I don't know how I feel about Swamp Thing's head on a woman. Probably not good, because I don't feel good about it, but I'm not going to take it off because I am showcasing it so you guys can look. But I think it looks stupid, and my character looks horrible, but that's fine. For the sake of showcasing what you can get, I'm going to have it there. Actually, we should look at the arm pieces as well, shouldn't we? Right there, so you can see those, because we haven't had those up on the screen for as long. Lucy said the Swamp Thing series was originally for DC Universe app, a streaming platform for all DC stuff. Oh, really? Sadly, it was merged to HBO Max after not being a success. Oh, that's not good. DarkHorus said, I had the DC Universe app. It had comics also. Aww! Why was it not successful? I mean, it is very niche. It would only have DC people and potentially people who just don't mind superhero stuff. Otherwise, it wouldn't have anyone, right? So that might be a smaller population than everything else that can be added in addition to it. I don't know. And also the people who do like all of the DC stuff may not necessarily want to dish out for something that only has DC stuff. Depends what the price was, right? I don't know. It's a little bit sad that it fell away, though. Lucy said they aired the Swamp Thing series on CW to fill time slot as well as Stargirl. They had a Stargirl series. Darn it, there's so many. Albel said, honestly, this current story in DCUO, I lost interest. Thank you for not making me the only one. Said, I hope they do something different, as in, I love the narrative missions, but we're stuck in this loop for too long. Enough with the lanterns. Yeah. The last 3 episodes altogether have all been Mogo. We've also seen a very similar story arc occurring for Lucia. So when we go to Kaznia, when we go to Mogo, the story goes almost exactly the same, even down to that little extra room that we go in. So we go into a room in the first one on Kaznia where we rescue Constantine. We go into a cave on the second one where we rescue Saint Walker. The narrative is rescuing a sister. First Esperanza is rescuing Lucia, then Lucia is rescuing Esperanza. We end up with a lantern switch at the end of both of them, or all 4, kind of. It's just a lot of repetitiveness, a lot of similarity, and with DC being... If this was a game that was just the lanterns, fine. It's not. There's a lot of other things to cover, and this has been a year and 4 months of the one same storyline with a protagonist that it seems like the majority don't like. I am one of those people. I do not like Lucia. I understand doing a redemption arc, but it doesn't feel like she paid for anything with what she's done. And at the end, in the little person that we can chat with of Lucia on Frozen Mogo, she seems to be mocking us a little bit, or mocking Mogo. I don't think they intended it that way, but man, I can't stand the character Lucia. So as long as the next character is one I like, that's going to be a lot easier to enjoy than this particular narrative. Vash said, Absolute Gotham needs to be made into a map working with the Absolute Batman and going through that story. And we need a boss raid with Absolute Joker. I would love that. I mean, people want to get the Absolute Joker style into the game through a capsule because they've done the 3 heroes. They're hoping they do the 3 villains. I don't think they will, but Joker would be great. He's so creepy. And I mean, I understand if they couldn't make it a style piece, the pieces would be very weird to try and fit on our characters. But as a boss, yes! That would be fantastic. And I mean, we do know from the developers' own mouths in their live stream that they were told by DC to please use the absolute style pieces inside of the most recent 3 capsules, which I think is really cool. Maybe it's something that was impacting what they do in the next story arc as well. Though I will say the developers have also let us know that they said it takes about a year to get their storyline organized and something that's going to be able to be presented in game, which means if they started this new one a year ago, most likely it won't be absolute, just because a year ago there was no absolute. They would not have been told to do that because it didn't exist. Whether or not that's something that's impacting them now and they're changing route, or if it wasn't exactly a year ago that they started and they have started this narrative a little bit more recently, I don't know. But we've got to wait and see. It wouldn't surprise me if they did do something that's absolute, just because we know that they've been told to do that with the capsules, which I think is really cool. So hopefully whatever comes next is something people are interested in. Frankly, I don't know that I would want to have Absolute as the new one coming in, but if it did, at least it's not lanterns, right? And the Joker as a boss would be cool. Jeffrey said we need a Batman Beyond, a future Gotham City map. I mean, there's so many different maps we need that they just haven't and probably won't give us. But I will say one thing I do really appreciate about these developers, even though the maps aren't massive, they're beautiful. They do make beautiful maps, and even with Casnia, I can't stand the ceiling. You hit the ceiling all the time if you are super speed. It's really annoying. Also, the trees are far too dense and you get caught on them very, very easily, especially if you're super speed, but it looks beautiful and they learned their lesson and spread it out more when we hit Mogo. So it was only one episode where we had that kind of an issue, but the look of it was absolutely lovely. They do a beautiful job with their open worlds. It's one of my favorite things that these developers do. Abby Sue said, I liked the first season of Stargirl, but Swamp was so much better. I believe you. You know, I'm standing here. Hang on. Let's go across, because we've looked at all the furniture pieces, and I must admit, the Envirotech guys, I don't think they're the most cool pieces, but they're kind of fun. Every time I look at the henchmen, I'm like, they're so ugly and boring. We can't even see the characters, but having them, like, running around in my base is kind of cool. The different weapons are cool, too. I was not expecting the bow to look like that. Wait, don't move your path. Look at the bow. It's so cool. It's a cool bow. All right, let's go back to the House of Legends so I can get a thumbnail, and everyone who's come to join me is probably still just standing there waiting for me to come out so we can get a thumbnail. Then you can log off and go to bed, which I think is probably just my mum, and potentially David if you're still here and haven't fallen asleep. Oh, okay, I don't even know if I'm still in group. Hang on. Let's put the UI back on first. There we go. Just Invisimum. David has probably fallen asleep. But I feel like my style does not work right now. Is there a chroma that works a little bit better so he doesn't look so insane? That is the question. Something green or that looks like dirt would be nice. Cloverclad. No, that's terrible. Oh, I take it back. She looks all leafy. Darn it. That's not too bad. Let's do it with the boot. Oh, actually, we can just take the boots off because this actually has feet coverage. There we go. Yay! All right, that's what my character will look like for the thumbnail. Oh, wow. Look how pretty. The hearts are really dense on a smaller character, aren't they? Is that Abby Sue's character? Vermilion Steam. I don't know. Hang on, Abby Sue. You're on EU and US. I feel like that might be Abby Sue's character. You look so cute! Alright, I'll hang out here just for a few minutes, so if people do want to be in the thumbnail for this live stream, you are welcome to join me and I'll get a picture. But I'll give it a few minutes. Albel said, plot twist 2, you like moving. First time I ever heard someone say that. I know, I'm a little weird. I have a thing about organizing. I love organizing things and neatening things and making everything tidy. Rare thing to be like me for that, but I love it. I get such a sense of satisfaction when it's done. I don't know. This is just how I am. And moving house is something I find really enjoyable. And thank goodness I do. We have moved many times. And I think the only other person who likes moving is my mum. So I have 2 brothers and a sister and my daughter. My daughter I don't think has strong feelings one way or the other at this point. But yeah, my brothers and my sister I don't think really enjoy moving. And right up until this house, we've moved together. So my sister has now moved out on her own because the distance of the house we have purchased is too far. And my brother, as you guys already mostly know, is getting married and now lives with his fiance. So they both live out of the house. So this is the first time I'm moving and it's such a small group. Less stuff to move. It'll be faster. No, it won't. I have to travel like nearly 3 hours. No, never mind. I take it back. Albel said, oh, sorry, I read that one. Jeffrey said, we need Coast City. Everyone needs Coast City. Star City, a new Bloodhaven without chemo. Actually, that would be a fair point. I mean, a lot of people have wanted Coast City as well. Lucy said Swamp Thing, the big foot of the bayou. I think this kind of works for my swamp style. It's just a little bit silly. Okay, it's a lot silly, but I don't care. We're having it on the thumbnail because then people can see it on the thumbnail and go, oh, there's a Swamp Thing headpiece. And then, you know, it will be something people can watch the live stream if they're interested in it. Let's turn off UI ready for a picture. I've got to say, that character is pretty darn cute, right? Just so cute! Look at the love hearts. It's literally lovely. I'm getting more pictures. I can't help myself. There we go. DarkHorus said, hoping for a large item for League halls in the future. Yes, well, these big stone pieces are really, really large. They're going to be great for inside of your League halls. And also, League halls have the same restriction, right, on the number of pieces you can put in there. It's also much more restrictive in location that you can place these base pieces. So larger pieces would fill the space a lot better, which would be nice. Albel said maybe we'll get Absolute Universe next year. I doubt they have enough resources to get that done in such a short time. I agree with that. Hope we do get to explore the Absolute Universe. I mean, I would love to as well. I don't think it'll be the next story arc. I'm hoping the next story arc is maybe 2 chapters or 3, at least less than 4. Maybe they'll decrease it a little bit, because that's a lot to play through, especially when I couldn't stand this protagonist. If I have another story arc that is 4 episodes long with someone I can't stand following again, that's going to be really horrible to play. But hopefully after this one, this would be when they're planning the next one, right? A year in advance. So that could potentially be Absolute, which would be awesome. I think a lot of people wouldn't mind playing through that, and I would love to have that Joker as a villain. That would be cool as a boss. Vash said, I mean, Ultra Humanite is DC Bigfoot. Okay, is a fight going down now? Swamp Thing or Ultra Humanite? Lucy said, did you see Swamp Thing's feet? They're pretty big. They were really cool. The fact that we got a nice big Swamp Thing for our base in general is just really cool. Oni said that little mushroom thing looks like he's from Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when I saw him be put inside the vendor as well. I was looking at it like, I don't hate it. I think he's adorable. Why is he in DC? I don't understand why he's in DC. I'm not complaining. I'm just confused about it, because I love him. But I can't understand the logic there. Maybe someone from Final Fantasy inspired them. I don't know. GamerXAndy said, you just reminded me I need more of the mushroom people, so thank you for that. Same. I don't know if you should get more. You've got 2 in your base. One of them was perfectly normal squishy, but the other one, when I did the base to it in your base, he made my character disappear inside of him. It was very weird, and then he disappeared. Did you see that? It was creepy. We can only trust the good squishies. Not, what did I call the other one? Wibblies? Don't accidentally end up with a Wibbly. We only want squishies. Psycho said, it's very early in the morning, so I can't run the sound. Could someone type and tell me if that Swamp Thing face is a head or a face or a headpiece? Really hoping face. It's head. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're still there, because that was probably a little while ago. But hopefully if you have no sound on, you can see. Where in the head section, Green Guardian mask is a headpiece. I actually thought it was going to be a face piece, because I'm pretty sure in the information we received from the Creator League, they said face. But they may have meant that it has his face on it, rather than that is a face piece. It's a little bit tricky, especially with the new developers. There's particular words that mean things to us that they may not realize, but this Green Guardian mask is a head piece, not a face piece, just so you guys are aware. But I would have preferred it also if it was a face piece, because there's a couple of head pieces I would have loved to have put with it, particularly the antlers. I would have liked to have done, maybe not specifically for a Swamp Thing, but I would have liked to have done that. There we go. Oni said, the only chocolate I can eat is sugar-free right now, and I'm on a diet trying to eat healthy. That is understandable. Oh, happy Easter, guys. I'm so sorry. Normally I say happy Easter to you guys during the Easter season and put out a post and everything, but because I think many of you are aware, my daughter still sees her dad, so he has her during Easter. That means we don't celebrate Easter until she gets back. So she's back now in a few days on the weekend. We're having like a little Easter celebration with family. And then my daughter is having a day where she's a bit old for an Easter egg hunt. We don't really end up eating the chocolate if we do an Easter egg hunt. So she's going to do a hunt, but it's going to be other things. I'm not going to tell you what it will be, because then she could watch my live stream and she'll know. Also, she could be listening outside my room and hear me. So we're not going to say. But yeah, I don't celebrate Easter until later. Same for Christmas. We celebrate on the 1st. So I forgot. I just completely forgot. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you had a lovely Easter if you celebrate. I hope that if you did get to spend time with family, that it was an enjoyable experience. And I'm so sorry that I didn't think to say anything. It just completely slipped my mind, because we don't celebrate yet. We're celebrating later. David said, it's time for me to get to bed. I have to get a few hours of sleep before working tomorrow. Luckily, I work from home. That's true. I'm so sorry, David. I meant to come out so I could get a picture with you sooner. I'm so sorry. I just got on a ramble and like you guys were chatting with me, so I went off on a tangent, and I've done that quite a few times. So I'm sorry, David, because I would have loved to have you in the thumbnail too. Andy said, oh, these are for you, Laura. Purple hearts, the correct color. Thank you, Andy. Okay, David saying goodnight. Oh, so it was Junior saying goodnight to David because David was going, not David saying goodnight because Junior was going. I got confused. I thought Junior was leaving. He's the one having coffee. Okay, got it. Jeffrey said, I wish we could load different body types for female and male types into our armory. So do I. I think it would be really handy for if you're swapping between like an adult and a child version of things. If you want to be able to be Batman and also swap to Robin or whatever you want to do, it would be really cool if we could do that. Also, if we could have body types like the Trenton body type that we have in game now. Do I have that on this character? Hang on. I know I have something on this character. What is it? Oh, it's the combat passer. Never mind. It's the one that like has a thing that pops up saying boom, pow, those sort of things, like in the comic books. So it's not the one I was thinking of, but it would be nice if we could have that body type as well, or at least I understand not being able to put clothes and pieces and stuff on that, but having something that can transform us into a particular form is really handy. I wish they would give us ones like the Penguin, because you can't create the Penguin very, very well in game because of the body type options, but if we could have something to transform us into one, that would be fun. David said good night, Invisible Mum and Shadow, sweet dreams to you too, please. Thank you. Oh, I hope you have a good sleep. He's such a sweetie, isn't he? He's always so lovely. Oni said she sounds like she smokes 20 packs a day. Oh, that's back for Ivy. Yeah. That was definitely weird. I did not expect you to be correct. I re-listened to it, no sound on, and suddenly, yes. You were so right. That looks like Steve's character. Is that you, Steve? You should line up and get in the thumbnail. You're really, really far away on the end there. What's that? Hang on, nearby. Who have we got? Siren. Yeah, so that is definitely Steve's character. I'm guessing the other one is Temporal Zoetrope. I'm not sure because I have the UI turned off. Oh, that's better. I was going to say you're just a little bit too far away to get the shot. There we go. Now we can get pictures. My character looks crazy. Doesn't he? Look at all the green. He kind of blends in with the tree, actually. Oh, that's our delivery. Mom! Our delivery is here. I can hear them outside the door. He just did a knock. There we go. So, guys, my mum will have to step away from the live stream, so her character probably won't move around for a little bit because she'll probably go to the front door. Lucy said, don't you know all the hosts of the Green are stoned? I mean, you're a little bit right about that one. Vash said, imagine how Yoda hearing billions of blades of grass cry out in terror and then silence. Why are you doing this to me? Why would you put that in my head, my poor brain? Now these are things I'm going to think about. That's not helpful, guys. Though it is funny. Vash, oh, sorry, that is the one I read. Hello, Steve. Hey, I wondered if you were going to be here in the chat because I can see your character in here with us. Also, lovely choice of chroma. Abby Sue said, I started Titans like 3 times but never got past episode 4. Yeah, I got told I should watch it because of how bad it was. And then when I went to watch it, I couldn't get through it very easily. I was dedicated to getting through one season. And if I could get through one season, I would render my opinion. I got through the season and man, I cannot stand it. It's so bad. It was so hard to watch. I fell asleep multiple times because it sucked so much. And even the last time when I was trying to get through the last little set of episodes, I ended up falling asleep past the end episode and saw the beginning of the next one where Trigon looked so bad. It was so disappointing. I love Raven's storyline. I love that character. I also really love Beast Boy as a character and Cyborg too. Not that he was very in it, but Trigon is one of my favorite villains as well. I love the narrative and the way that the interaction occurs between Raven and Trigon, and I was really disappointed to see Trigon was more intimidating in his human form than when he transformed. He looked small and puny and like a bloke in a costume, which I understand he was, but he shouldn't look like one. You know, it was pretty darn disappointing. Lucy said every time Swamp Thing is summoned and walks around the swamp, he walks on the grass and the grass cries out, "Why, you guys, why? Get off me, you overgrown weed." Jeez, no. There we go. Oni said Titans, oh boy, that show was so bad. I know. Don't watch it. All of you don't watch it. Albel said, unfortunately, sometimes executives ruin things. Yes, very much so. He said, I bet in Titans, and executive went, why is he green? Too weird. People won't watch. Make him look normal. You can give him green hair. No more. But he was with a group of people who were disconnected from the rest of humanity because of the fact that they could not fit in. Green hair you can fit in. People dye their hair green all the time. Green skin, he doesn't. So why on earth is he with these group of people if he could fit in as someone who just dyes his hair green? Right? It made no sense. It would have made more sense if he was green, which he actually is. It was so dumb. I was massively disappointed. I mean, I was disappointed in a lot from that show, but that one in particular just didn't make sense to me. What were they thinking? I don't understand. I don't know. Junior said, was Rose Wilson good in Titans? Which character is Rose Wilson? Hang on. I will be able to tell you what I think based on who it is, because I don't know some of the actors' names. I'm looking her up. Okay. Actress. Is she not an actress? Is it a character name? Oh, from Titans. Oh, she's so pretty! What character was she playing? I need to know who Rose Wilson is as a character, guys. Bear with me, because I don't know their real names sometimes. Rose Wilson. Character. Oh, and now it's taking forever to load. Oh, she's actually just called Rose Wilson. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't recognize this. Was she in the first season? Because she does not look familiar to me. Oh, there's a Teen Titans Go image of her. I actually remember her from Teen Titans Go, though. But no, I don't remember this character. If she wasn't in the first season, that's why I don't remember her. But there's also a good chance I don't remember her because I didn't enjoy the show very much. Abby Sue said, same with Doom Patrol. So many shows are just disappearing, even though they're really good, aren't they? It's very disappointing. Danielle said, I remember an old movie named Swamp Thing. Don't know if it was this guy. I remember an old movie called Swamp Thing that exists. I didn't watch it, so I have no idea if it has anything to do with this or if it's some kind of a horror movie. I don't know. But I do remember that there is a movie called Swamp Thing. I haven't seen it, though. Steve said, good morning, and also, I hope all is going good, and also wish you a very happy day. Oh, he's so sweet. He's saying that to my mum. Vash said, it irritated me how Lucia just got given an indigo ring without actually earning it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the story of the Indigos. They are psychopathic, murderous people who have done a whole bunch of bad, and then they have this compassion ring forced upon them that changes it so they now feel the pain of other people. They are empathic now, kind of. They care, but it's forced. It's because the ring is on them. It's not because they genuinely feel remorse. So I don't really understand why they went that route with these particular lanterns, since the other lanterns all seem to function in a very similar format. This one seems stupid to me. My opinion doesn't mean anything to them, but because if I had to pick a lantern core that makes the most sense for me, and it would be compassion, I'm offended by the fact that it is psychopathic murderers. Because I have quite a lot of compassion for people. But it's not forced upon me by a ring because I killed people in the past, you know? So I kind of hate that. But the fact that she got the Indigo ring forced on her the same way it happened to Indigo 1, and then changes her path, all kind of makes sense within DC. But the second that the ring is no longer on her and she becomes Sorrow, she should have lost that compassion. She should have gone back to the way she was previously. And I understand that it would have been previous to when Neron had impacted her as well, right? So it would have been a milder version of what we saw when she was Reckoning. But at the end, when Reckoning had been beaten, she cried on the ground, or kind of complained on the ground, because she was upset that she might end up in Arkham. Not because she felt bad, not because she felt like she'd done the wrong thing at all. She was pissed off that she was going to end up in Arkham. So when Sorrow hit and she suddenly has a Sorrow ring, I understand she would be feeling sorrow, but would she not also be that same person who should be complaining about going to Arkham and doesn't care about other life? at least to a degree, because she didn't just become that way magically out of the blue when Neron appeared. She was already that way inclined, and Neron made it worse. So I'm annoyed that it went murderous psychopath, makes an agreement with someone else, makes the situation worse for herself and all these other people, becomes an Indigo Lantern, does a couple of bits of training, and then goes and does a selfish thing, go and find her own sister. At the time, didn't know she needed rescuing either when she does leave. Goes to Mogo, tries to save her own sister, didn't do anything to warrant having that ring on, and suddenly, oh, you poor thing, have a sorrow ring. How about you now infect the entire planet with your sorrow? After she has murdered so many other people who didn't get sorrow rings. I'm sure they were upset about the murder that happened to their family members, you know? I don't get it. It makes me annoyed. And it makes it so I don't enjoy Lucia at all. She just seems like a nasty person. Danielle said, Vash, Indigo Ring is given to an insane killer type to force compassion on them. Exactly right. So that is the way that they work. And I hate it. Because, it's fun to put ourselves in the boxes, right? It's, you watch My Little Pony, you pick a character that's yours. That's you. You watch DC, and you pick a character that's you. So, when it comes to lanterns, I, look at what would be my group. What are they called? Lantern Corps. It would be compassion, except that this is how they became to be. I hate it. So bad. So bad. Abby Sue said, the one that shouldn't be named had a huge poster on the old Swamp Thing carrying the girl on the white swimming suit, having it in the living room. Okay, so it's not actually Swamp Thing to do with DC. That sounds like Swamp Thing, maybe. If he's carrying the girl, was it like a sinister way? I'm going to capture her and eat her inside my swamp? Or was it, I'm going to rescue her from the bad mans who were trying to attack her because I love all life? I don't know. But yeah, I think that is the poster or the image that would have been the one I'm thinking of too, but it's so long ago. Oni said, if you go and talk to Lucia over by the tree, she will say this will be a green world again. Okay. I will be right back, guys. Let's go across to the frozen Mogo. We're going to talk to Lucia and see why she infuriates me. Okay, because I cannot stand her. It almost seems like she's teasing us. I got away with all this stuff. Maybe it's just because I can't stand her that I feel that way, but man, she just rubs me up the wrong way. She is at Blue Camp, I believe. Let's go to the Blue Camp. Okay, let's talk with Lucia.
Look, this tree is alive and blossoming. Mogo is healing. The gray light no longer has a grip on his heart. Soon, this will be a green world again.
Yeah. So does anyone else feel like she's mocking us a little bit? Oh, look, this tree is alive after I destroyed it and the whole rest of the planet. And blossoming. Mogo is healing from the things that I caused. This will be a green world again. It was my fault it wasn't a green world. Does she not understand how arrogant and mocking she sounds? I can't stand it. Oh. No.
It will be a long healing process, but we're going to do all we can to make things right here. For Mogo and all of the people living on his surface.
I can't stand her. It will be a long healing process. She caused it all. It seems like she's... I don't know. Something is wrong. I don't like it at all. Do you understand? Do people understand, really? I think you guys already understood. I complain about it so frequently. If you didn't understand, I'd be shocked. Steve said... Oh, he's talking to my mom. Never mind. Lucy said, I will definitely use those Envirotech guys in LAPD. Absolutely. See, they're pretty good. If you don't have, what are these guys called again? Elite Henchmen. If you don't have Elite Henchmen yet, they're probably a good one to get, at least on your main. They're also a good one to get if you are going to use the Swamp Thing ally. They kind of look cool, but I will say, if you're going to use the Envirotech guys in your base, it's going to look amazing. There's so many of them, and I like the way they move around. I like them more than I thought I was going to. Andy said, I'm still watching your live stream, and it's at 5:07 a.m. for me. Oh, you can sleep if you need to. It's Christmas Man. Hey! He looks so cool. Very nice. He's so Christmassy. Ah, I like it. He looks like he's Christmassy and snowy. And it kind of matches because my mum is like an angel. She can go on top of the tree. why are you Christmas man during Easter, though? You know, it's because I forgot that it was Easter, that's why. Also, Andy, if you need to go to sleep, you could go to sleep. Oh my goodness, please get enough sleep. Abby Sue said, Lil Cutie is offline. Oh, then I wonder whose character that was. Whoever character it was really cute. Danielle said, a little weird, Laura, come on now. Okay. If we have, like, some kind of a scale to, you know, determine weirdness, I'm pretty sure I'm on the high end. But you guys can judge whether or not I'm weird. DarkHorus said, good night, all lots to grind later today. No problem, good night to you too. And probably when he starts grinding stuff, I'll be sleeping. His timing is so the opposite of mine. I'm going to work around it a little bit, because I really do like DarkHorus' content, but I've watched videos and shorts, actually mostly shorts from his channel, up until this point, and I like his live streams. And I want to be on one. Not as in-game, just like chatting and watching when it's live so I can ask questions, especially when he does PvP. Because I know nothing about PvP except what you guys have told me. GamerXAndy, yes, he said, I like moving. It's exciting. Yes, it is! It's even more exciting this time, because this is the first time we're going to own, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, because we're going into a chunk of debt for this, which, you know, that's what you do when you buy a house these days. No one can pay it outright, at least not anybody I know. But it's really exciting that it's ours, that we can do things to it without having to deal with the actual owners of the property, because we are the owners of the property. I think a lot of you are aware there's been quite a lot of issues where we currently live, like the roof that caved in and the massive rainfall, and like there's some broken stuff that's never been fixed while we've been living here. So it's been an interesting experience in this house. But moving from here will be, I think, a big relief for all of us, even though, you know, it's gonna cost, it's worth it in the end. And no one is more excited than me to move, I don't think. You see me get excited and my brother gets this face like, yes, it's okay, we know you're excited. And my mum is like, yes, as well. I think my daughter is just as excited as me, but she doesn't have to do the moving part. She just turns up at the other end and gets in bed and goes, I'm done. Danielle said, is that a Care Bear? Lol. Was that the earlier when we saw all the hearts, the heart on the tummy and the heart above? That's so true. Didn't even think of that. Genius. Abby said, someone can make the bearded woman of America horror story with that head style. Yeah, my character has the beard now. It looks so wrong. Right? It looks so wrong. I regret nothing. Everybody can see it. That's the main thing. Jeffrey said they need to give us events that are connected to the DC Comics once. Stories like Gotham by Gaslight or Batman Nightfall, etc. There are so many events they could do that are not DLCs. That is true. I mean, I do think we have a pretty good rotation of events at the moment, and the way these developers function, which is different from the others, is we would have the events coming up every now and then from the others rather than rotating in and out very, very solidly with these developers. So it's very, very rare we don't have an event running, and usually there's two that overlap. So we'll have an event and an event, or we'll have an event and an episode with an event tab mission to do along with it, or the aftershock that they've incorporated. There's always something to do, and if there isn't something on top of something, an event on top of an event, it'll be an event plus something going on in the marketplace, whether it be the Imp Mart, or we have the capsules or the booster packs coming in, something on top. There's always two things overlapping with these new developers, which can be a bit exhausting, I will admit. I love DC, but there's sometimes I'm like, I just want to have a bit of a break. And at the moment with what we have in game, I can get a break, but it's like 1 or 2 days. I can't take off a week and miss something. So it's full on. If you're a hardcore gamer, it's probably fine if that's what you do every day. But for me, I am getting a little bit tired. And with how many things they're running all of the time, I'm going to have to pick and choose something if I do want to take a break. But honestly, at the moment I don't. I can just foresee that it might come, especially if the new episode does end up being something that I don't like. Right? I'm going to want to break from that. But we'll see how we go. It would be nice if they incorporated a whole bunch of different DLCs that were available from the comics, because so many people have like really brilliant suggestions of what they could bring into it. And at the moment, doing a 4-part story arc makes it a little bit tricky to incorporate a lot of things, because we're focusing on one thing for over a year. That's a lot. You know, a lot of time taken up with stuff that they can't have different narratives from comic books with. My mum said the character that had the little cute pony sent me a message saying they are a friend of Nina, Boom Girl. Oh, that's lovely. Awesome. So for those of you who don't know, Boom Girl, her name is Evil Boom Girl, who plays on the EU server here with us sometimes. She and my mum get their daily stuff done together. They like playing together, which I think is lovely. So that's so nice. Jeffrey said the devs are more on Discord than the forums I see now. Yeah, I've heard that too. I'm not someone who's on the forums very much because there's been a lot of, when I did go across and have a look, which admittedly I've done very rarely and was quite a long time ago the first time, people didn't seem to be very nice to each other, and I'm not really the kind of person who wants to get involved in that sort of thing, so I just was like, nah, thanks. And I do pay attention to their X posts and their Discord more so, and it seems like they're on those more anyway. And also I think, because Volterra is the one doing it, I think she understands Discord a little bit better than she understands the forums, so it probably makes it a little bit easier for her as well. Albel said your mum is Alfred for this delivery. Welcome to Laura's Manor. Actually, yeah, that is the first time in a very, very long time I haven't grabbed the delivery. It is a little bit of our timing couldn't work out very well. So basically, we ordered the groceries that we needed this morning. We wanted them to either come today or tomorrow. The issue with them coming today is that we're ordering more than partnered delivery services can do. So Coles has their own trucks and then they have partnered delivery services who will act on their behalf and deliver. But they have a limited size in their trucks and can't fit everything, or in their cars in some occasions. So because we had more products than what would fit in those, we had a very wide open period of time for them to deliver between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. That's a long amount of time. And we knew I had to do this live stream. The issue with doing it tomorrow is that myself and my brother are doing a whole bunch of driving around everywhere tomorrow and I won't be here. So we were like, all right, well, let's just get it tonight and we'll grab it. And then my mum was like, if you're in your live stream and the delivery comes, just tell me and I'll get it. It's the first time in ages I haven't collected it. It feels very strange, not gonna lie. But that was lovely of my mum, you know, she goes and does it, so that's so nice. Temporal said hi. Hi, Temporal. I think that might be Temporal, who is also chilling with us right now. GamerXAndy said we need a base item where the grass crays and screams. I'm just joking. That would be creepy. Why are you making things worse? I don't understand. Guys, I hope this isn't in my head when I start walking past, like, people doing gardening and stuff. No, it's gonna be fine. Maybe it's like a haircut. You know. Jeffrey said that 1980 Swamp Thing movie is good and based off of Swamp Thing. Hey, Jeffrey knows. You know so many things, Jeffrey. He's a little bit of a font of knowledge when it comes to this sort of thing, which is very nice. Danielle said the only real complaint on Lucia is next to no time has passed from her becoming an indigo to when she becomes a grey to when she becomes a blue. I agree. And it doesn't seem like it was warranted for a couple of them. In my opinion. I think if they had have made one change to this narrative, I would have liked it much, much more. And that's if when they hit the second episode, kind of. If they hit the second episode and swapped Lucia and Esperanza around. So keep the narrative, Lucia is going to find her sister Esperanza, but at the very climax, Lucia is the one who dies, Esperanza is the one who lives, then Esperanza is overwhelmed with grief. Esperanza would not do that intentionally. She's a sweet, kind person, and even though she would have infected Mogo and had sorrow in it, they could have kept the narrative exactly the same except put Esperanza. I would not have hated it! And then at the end, we find out Lucia is the one who had a child, and her child was set away from her because she didn't want what was going on with her to infect her child or affect her child. And now Esperanza is going as a Blue Lantern to try and find Hope, the daughter of Lucia. That I could have enjoyed a lot more. Lucia is such an unlikable character. I can't enjoy her, no. And she seems to be mocking me at the end. I hate it. Oni said, and now she has her sister's ring and her outfit. Yeah, I kind of hate that her outfit is Esperanza's. I know I don't like Lucia. If we're just looking at the outfit perspective and only that, they have very different styles. So I feel like what Esperanza wore is not something that Lucia would have worn, and it seems wrong on her. She's much more casual and asymmetrical with the things she wears, and it seems like it doesn't suit her, in my opinion. And that's not just because I dislike her, that's just in general. I actually quite like her style. It's one of the few things I like about her. I think her hair is cool. I love the tattoos, even when they're glowing at the end there. The tats look really great. I love the reborn chest piece, the mournful style. Really, really love a lot of the pieces in that. So I prefer Lucia's style over Esperanza's, and I think the Esperanza style doesn't suit her at all. She looks weird to me. Oni said, and now oh, sorry, that's what I read. Vash said, like what they should have done is have Necron infuse the Batman Who Laughs with the Black Lantern ring, and then Weed get the comic form of him, the Darkest Night. That would be a boss fight. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Joker is one of my favorites. So Joker, Batman Who Laughs, I would be happy. Because he's so underused in this game, and I understand why. Apparently there's some kind of problematic reason that they're trying to avoid utilizing the Joker, even though he is a massive favorite. He's definitely one of my favorite villains. He's just so interesting, you know? And I don't get enough of him. I wish they'd put him in here more. Danielle said, I just looked it up to double check that old movie Swamp Thing is DC Comics. Yay! You and Gregory were on it. Thank you. Sorry, not Gregory, Jeffrey. So sorry, Jeffrey. Oh my goodness. How many times have I spoken to you and now I'm mixing up your name? I apologize, but thank you guys for that. Lucy said, imagine having grass in your basin. You put Swamp... Why? You put Swamp Thing in the basin, you see the Comic Sans pop up, signifying the grass, screaming if Swamp Thing is on the grass. No! Come to think of it, all worlds full of life would have their own parliaments, so where is Mogo's version of the parliaments, especially Mogo's version of the green? And it's Swamp Thing. Oh, yes, that is a fair point. See, that part I don't mind. It's the standing on the grass thing that's bothering me at the moment. No, Andy, why are you singing? No, I'm not going to sing. He said, you're welcome, Laura, at the end. You're such a smartass. Abby said, I sang your comment in my mind. Yeah, you're not the only one. I'm not singing. I am not singing. Albel said at the moment, I'm waiting to see what comes next. I am not spending as much time on the game. I will never stop playing, but I feel like now I'm in my quiet phase of DCUO. That is understandable. It's really hard because they do play off of FOMO quite a lot at the moment, and that makes it a little bit tricky, because if you don't want to miss stuff and you still love the game and want to play, you want to have everything. Mind you, I will say that Grey Lantern that we get for an accessory, I would not have minded if I missed out on that one, because even if I have a Grey Lantern, I prefer the floating emblem at the chest. So I could potentially have skipped that one, but I'm a YouTuber. I try to show you guys stuff, so I'm not skipping things. I'm not. But I mean, if there's events that end up overlapping and we get a couple of days respite, I will probably take them. So that's good, at least. I get that little bit of rest. But yeah, this is my absolute favorite game. There's nothing in it so far that has pushed me so far away from it that I don't love it. I still love it. There's just aspects that I don't like. I like more about it than I don't like about it. So at least that's good. It's still my favorite. Albel said, good job to my mum. You used your invisible hand to grab the delivery. With great power comes great responsibility. It's not visible. It's invisible hand. Danielle said, Laura, that reboot of Lucia Esperanza plotlines makes way more sense. Thank you. I think so too. I didn't actually have that idea to have it make more sense. I just did it because I can't stand Lucia. But yeah, I think I would enjoy it a lot more. And I think I would understand why Hope isn't with her mum if her mum is Lucia. Why isn't she with her mum when her mum is Esperanza? Because Esperanza's going off and saving people? Maybe that must be it. But then how did she end up in like this orphanage thing or kidnapping thing if she wasn't on Mogo with her mum? Where did they kidnap her from? It's crazy. Lucy said, I call Hope Mini-Me because she is just a miniature version of Esperanza. She is. Her style, her face, everything is just a miniature of Esperanza. Probably an easy way to create her. She's a little bit cute, but I will say, is she not a clone? She looks like a clone of her mother, rather than her child, because she clearly got nothing from her father. I don't know what happened. Jeffrey said, are you going to start doing base tours? I have already. So yes, I have done base tours in the past. They have been videos. While I am moving house, people have, I put up a poll on my channel to see if people are happy for me to live stream those. The majority of people are. So yes, I am going to be doing base tours as live streams every time I get a chance. We go through them. I can do 2 per person at a time, and that includes if you want to do league haul as well, so a base and a league haul, or 2 bases, perfectly happy to do that. If you have more than that, you get rotated back to the bottom of the list, and then we keep like rotating through until we get through everything. Base tours is something I find really, really fun, but I do know that there's a lot of people who love the Future Laura reactions to that sort of thing. If you are that person and you don't want me touring your base, just remove access. I won't go into your base because if I can't go into your base. So that'll keep it safe if you're one of the people who voted no to having me do live stream base tours. There were very few people who voted no. So, yeah. But yes, I love it. It's so much fun doing base tours. I can do it on any server. With the exception of Switch, I can't do it as a live stream. They will be videos when I do go back to doing video versions instead. It's just a little bit tricky to do the editing process while we're trying to get everything ready to move at the moment. Albel said, do you think doing YouTube on DCUO has helped you enjoy the game even more with the community you've built and sharing the excitement, etc.? No. So, I'll explain. It hasn't made me enjoy DC more. It has made me really, really enjoy you guys. It has made me really, really enjoy doing videos and creating content. I don't think I enjoy DC more, but I do enjoy when we live stream because I'm playing with you guys. So I've said that on a number of occasions, right, where we play together and I run through things that I hate. Like, actually, no, you're probably right to a degree, actually. I take it back. Because when we play through Kaznia, which I personally cannot stand and don't want to play on my own, the second I'm with you guys playing it, I'm fine. Because you guys are so fun. So maybe? Maybe. I definitely enjoy live streaming and chatting with you guys live way more than I expected to. I enjoy making YouTube content a little bit more than I expected to. But when I first started to do YouTube, I wanted to create content that hopefully just gave people a little bit of a laugh or something that would be, I don't know, amusing or brighten up their day a little bit. And not to say that I brighten everyone's day, because I'm so amazing. No, but just, I have usually a sense of humor that people find easygoing, and hopefully gives them a little bit of a chuckle. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, is put something out there that gave people a little bit of a, for their day, you know? And, I play DC. I play a whole bunch of video games, and I just thought, well, if I can incorporate both, I already play games, so maybe we do both. So it ended up being that I played DC and did it as videos to start with, and then when I started live streaming, which I was so incredibly nervous about because I stumble over my words sometimes, I have brain farts and forget my words sometimes. It's happened with you guys, you've seen it. I must admit I stumble a lot less than I used to now, because I feel like we're having a conversation. When I have a conversation, it's much easier for the words to flow. When I'm just by myself, it's a little less easy. But you guys make it so much fun. Like, I have so much fun. I wasn't expecting it to go both ways as much as it does. I was expecting to put some stuff out there and hopefully give people a little bit of light or a little bit of a chuckle, even if you're laughing at me. That's why I like putting out the shorts of my bloopers, because I laugh at myself. So, but it's ended up being something that you guys brighten my day too. Every time I do a stream, I never know how long we're going to go for because we get into a conversation that's so fun. And it's just like talking with my friends, you know? So it's not what I expected at all. I definitely love live streaming, and I'm surprised because I was so nervous about it to start with. And this is so much fun. So that's a very long answer, but I would say yes, I enjoy DC more, maybe. I don't know if that's correct. I can ignore the things of DC that I don't like much easier when you guys are here having a fun time with me. That's probably the best way to put it, because I did not expect it to be this much fun to live stream. Lucy said, who is Hope's father? Esperanza she's a clone of Esperanza. He said, will Hope be a dual lantern? Where are Mogo's parliaments? These are the questions of DCUO. I'm hoping she's a clone. I mean, would that not be a cool storyline if she was a clone of Esperanza and that's why she looked exactly the same? I mean, if we think about Kennick as well, I know not a lot of people who know who Kennick is. If you don't know the blogs, you may not know who Kennick is. It's a very brief part of the storyline. We speak to Darvik. We go and rescue the daughter of Darvik. That is Kennick. Kennick is an identical replica of the mother, not her father. Why does she have nothing from him? They're clones, guys. Everybody's a clone. This is my prediction. It's probably a really bad prediction. If Lucy doesn't agree with me about this prediction, we can guess that it's wrong because Lucy is so good at predicting things. Lucy, are they clones? Junior said Saint Walker is the dad. Then why didn't she have the cool head? Darn it. I don't believe it. No. Albel said that heart music is so hypnotizing, whatever trinket it is. I think it's from Valentine's, that supply drop, I believe. But I don't use supply drops very often, so I definitely don't have it on this character. But yeah, it's a bit cute. The music is not too bad. I like when you come... I think because my mum also likes using the bumblebees, which you can get from this particular event as well. I like the music that comes with them. It's very cute. I hit the bottom of the chat. No way! Okay, was there anything I did not cover that we needed to? I know that in this event tab, we can't do the buyout. Let's just... Yeah, I thought maybe they might have hotfixed while we're live. It's very rare, but I thought I would check. We can't do that. That is perfectly fine. We will do a buyout later. But there will likely be some others, like if they've fixed it by the time it hits US, a lot of the Creator League may be able to buy it out once it hits the US server first. So if they do, highly recommend go and watch some of them. I mean, Greg has a tendency to, DCUO, DarkHorus does as well, who was just in the chat. So you could go across and have a look at those. Zaayso as well. So hopefully someone does it. But if it happens and I am out for the day with my brother, unfortunately, that means it will be quite a bit later that I will be able to do it. So we'll see. But I will do it, guys. I will buy it out and we will have a look. I just have to wait until it's available. There will also be a live stream coming where I grab the items from Marketplace. So let's just have a look at the Imp Mart here so you guys know what's going to come. We're going to buy out as many of these items as we can for showcasing, with the exception of things I already have, because I do have quite a few of these things, and we will have a look at them. You guys can decide whether or not it's worth it for you. Pardon me, why have I got hiccups all of a sudden? Oh, no! So 2 live streams coming. 1 when the buyout is available, 2 will be the Imp Mart, but they will both be likely 1 after I have slept and 2 after I've gone and done all this stuff that I'm doing tomorrow with my brother. So could be like a whole day away, guys. What on earth? Albel said, I am jelly of your harp. Oh, jelly for jealous. I know what it means! Oh, I thought it was some kind of food reference. I don't know. But yeah, isn't the harp pretty? She got it during the Valentine's event. It's one that she specifically saw on other players and wanted to get that one, so we got them for her. Well, I say we. She got them for her. But I must admit, it sounds really pretty. And does it not suit her character? It totally does. It's very, very appropriate. Lucy said, they are definitely clones. Ah, I'm right. He said, or past younger versions of themselves kidnapped from the past to be the children of their older selves, or they are something far worse. That would be so creepy. While we're at it, Lucifer, and you're predicting things with your severe accuracy, could you maybe predict that I definitely become a billionaire? That would be nice. Thank you. Danielle said, Hope is the Anakin of the Blue Lanterns. Her father is the Hope entity Adara. Oh no. Albel said, I want to play the harp in my fortress and ponder the meaning of life. I mean, you can get a harp bass piece that does play music as well, but I think that might also be from Valentine's. I can't recall. Oh, thank you for the purple hearts, Steve. My mum said I got the harp from Valentine's event. She did indeed. And it suits her so much. I think it's so weird how opposite we are. It's weird because we're very, very similar in some things. Like the having everything organized thing, and the way that we care and think about other people as well is very, very similar. I must get it from her. But style-wise, like the opposite. And I love it. Honestly, and also my mom sounds quite young. So if I had never told you guys she was my mom and you heard her voice, which you can do if you want to go across and have a look on OHO, my mom speaks on that channel with myself and my brother. There's also been a couple of taste testing episodes I've done on my other channel where I taste test foods, where she has been present for those as well. She sounds like my little sister. She has the youngest, cutest voice, and it's like the opposite of me. I'm not cute. I'm sarcastic. If I try to be anything else, it doesn't work. If I try to be cute, nah. If I try to be sultry, nah. It's just not gonna happen. Lucy said yes. You will be a billionaire eventually. Maybe not now or tomorrow, but eventually. Like Picasso, not Picasso, who was it? Van Gogh. After my death, everything I own sells for like an insane amount. All my creative works. Billionaire in death. Albel said, so what's for dinner? It is dinner time over there, no, though it is dinner time here too in Perth. It is indeed. Why would you say that? Albel said you're smoothing. Your sneezing is kind of adorable though. I've been told that so many times, I hate it. And there's things that I do that are really loud. I have a really bad, if I'm coughing, which I very rarely do these days, but if I am, it like explodes out of my mouth. It's the loudest thing. It hurts my mom's ears. I can't sit next to her if I'm coughing. But my sneezes sound like cute, and I don't know why, and I can't help it, and I wish they'd go away. But dinner time, it is absolutely. It's actually going to be my daughter's choice. So just before we went live, I made sure she had something small to eat. So she had like a little laksa soup. But once I hop out of here, I will ask her what she's in the mood for, and that is what we will eat. So I have no idea what it will be. My mum said cute voice, oh dear. It's true. If you don't believe me, mum, just go and watch one of our OHO videos. You sound cute. If I didn't tell people you were my mum, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. You sound like my cute little sister. Albel said, you sound what I imagined a bunny would sound like if it sneezed. Thanks. It's the only time I sound cute. Actually, it's not true. It's a very rare thing that I sound cute. According to my daughter, who has heard me when I'm asleep, apparently I talk in my sleep, and apparently that's cute. I don't know. I'm asleep at the time. I wouldn't know, but apparently. Lucy said, to know what your future holds, just see Destiny of the Endless. His book has all the deets. See, maybe I don't want to know. Because what if it's bad? Then I'll be anticipating the bad things. Let's just not do that. Andy said, oh, darn it. I'm going to order Chinese food for dinner tonight after I sleep, of course. That is true. It's like, what, 6 a.m. for you now or something ridiculous like that? Go to bed, man. Get some sleep. And now I kind of want Chinese. Thanks. I actually quite like Chinese. There's a place that's close to us now that we're obviously not going to be able to order from for very long because we will move. But they have these chicken wings that are so tender and juicy and yummy and crunchy on the outside, and I love them. Better than KFC. I don't know what they do with them, but they're so amazing. And I'm at the bottom of the chat. Hey! Okay, beautiful. So I think we will call it there, guys, and I will go and have some dinner with my daughter, who may or may not be playing Dress to Impress right now. Albel said, it's been fun hanging out on your stream. Glad I was able to catch one. Been so busy these days. Haha, I understand. I am also busy these days. I get it. Junior said Chinese sounds good. That's it. We're all having Chinese. So, guys, thank you so much to everyone who joined me in game. I understand that it's not easy to join me in game when I'm doing a showcase because I'm nicking into my base to showcase pieces. Thank you to everyone who joined me in the chat. It's always a lovely, delightful surprise when you join me on live streams where I randomly turn up with a stream because of an event drop. So I really appreciate that too. It's really nice of you. And thank you to everyone also who watches afterwards. You guys are the best. Hang on, I'm getting another picture before I go. There we go. So yeah, guys, you're just great, and thank you also to everybody. You light up my life. I don't think you understand how much you make me smile, how much you make me laugh. I really appreciate it. You guys are so awesome, so thank you. And guys, have a good one.